gave up double-digit runs again. And so it wasn't like they were competitive, facing a ton of injuries. It was going to be a long haul. Hick was on in that perspective that it's a great year to get where they got, but then another late season injury. It's just too much probably to overcome. And it was. But the game was supposed to start yesterday at 12:06. The games the night before had run late. They had to fix the field and all that good stuff that is customary that you understand, going in as a regional host, you're going to have to do. So O'Sullivan was not happy when they moved the start time of the game back from 12:06 to 1:06. I haven't gotten deep enough into the weeds here to know why that was such a big disruption. Depending on how far ahead of time you knew, it really shouldn't be that big a deal. Shouldn't affect whether you're going to win or lose. If you're going to move it from 12:06 to 11:06, let's talk. But unless they did it so late that your starting pitcher's already warming up and you've already started, these teams have routines, they have schedules, they stick to them. So still determining, when exactly Florida found out and when the disagreement really got stuck in Kevin O'Sullivan's craw. But at the end of the day, he very publicly was seen scolding NCAA officials and dressing down the Coastal Carolina grounds crew. Gators go on to meekly leave the festivities with, I believe, an 11-4 loss yesterday. Coastal Carolina went on to win the regional as the host. And rather than come out swinging with good feelings and moving on to the super regional, Coastal Carolina's coach decided he had some commentary on Kevin O'Sullivan and, his blow-up pregame. So, Kevin Schnall is the Coastal Carolina head coach, and he had something to get off his chest in his post-game news conference. His team had just won 1-0 against East Carolina. That, by the way, would be a shutout against a team that went double digits twice on the Gators. Beat them 1-0, and then he ripped into Kevin O'Sullivan, whose Gator squad got eliminated earlier in the day. According to TV reports there, O'Sullivan had, quote, ripped into NCAA staff on site for the tournament over a schedule change. And it didn't sit well with Schnall. Now, Schnall is Coastal Carolina through and through. He played at Coastal Carolina. He was 9 years an assistant. He got the head coach job. This is his first year there as the head coach. But here's what he said. Another coach disrespected our associate AD, who works as hard as anybody in our entire program. He disrespected our field crew, who are salt of the earth. These guys would do anything for our program. It's not okay. This needs to be brought up. Absolutely disrespectful. So to the victors go the spoils, and the ultimate last comments as I digest this from all angles. It's not a good look for Kevin O'Sullivan. It's just not. Had they won the game, maybe does the look improve? I don't know. But not a good look. Now there's the other side of this. The superpowers hosting super regionals. Perhaps they get that field ready to go at the assigned start time. You're in a deadline here. You're crunching games together. Every hour counts. And so one would be the timing of when he got the announcement. And two, there is some truth to you. Are you okay? Now, did we work as hard as we actually could? Were your dudes here till 3 a.m? I mean, these are the things that go along with hosting a regional. It says 12:06. Our guys are ready at 12:06. So I get that part too. But I'm just not sure. Yeah, how well that flies when you lose 11-4. Maybe it does. I don't know, but there was that. The story really from the college baseball regionals is, remember heading into baseball in the tournament beginning, it felt a lot like the SEC did in basketball. There's just a ton of teams, all high in the power rankings. Wasn't it like 7 of the top 10, 8 of the top 10 were SEC teams? SEC predicted to win it all, SEC 1 seeds, SEC super regional hosts. And then this first weekend happened, and the number 1 overall seed, Vanderbilt, loses at home as a regional host. I think Louisville won their regional. Texas, also from the SEC, the number 2 overall seed, gets dispatched by Texas San Antonio, and so they're out as well. Last year, not last year, in the basketball season, especially at the top of the SEC. Those teams that hung out in the top 6 just about all year, Florida, Auburn, Alabama, Tennessee, all made deep runs, right? Florida won it all. They beat Auburn in the Final Four. Alabama and Tennessee, both Elite 8 teams. Yeah, not so much in baseball, where both Texas and it'd be the equivalent of Florida and Auburn both not making it through the first weekend, I suppose. I won't quite go so far as to say it would be like losing in the first round, but it'd be like being a top seed, not making it out of the first weekend. Shout out Rockies. Although in my mind, you're just a stitch worse than the Atlanta Braves. Yeah, sure. The Braves are 4 games under 500, and you are now 41 games under 500, but you're not that much worse. In fact, I believe you hosted my Braves earlier this year. Atlanta took 2 out of 3. That sounds about right. Just a little bit better than you. But the Rockies lost again yesterday. They just continue to lower the bar on the worst start in the history of Major League Baseball. They are 9-50. Oh, are you kidding me? They're basically going 2-10, right? 9-50. I'll give you one more win. You're 10-50, going 1-5 every 6 games. 2-10 every 12. Oh, how does it happen? How does it happen? By the way, I should mention FSU strolled right through as a regional host, and with those top teams getting knocked out and those sub-regionals now having to be re-looked at, I think you just go right down the list of the higher seeds, I believe. So FSU should be in line to host a super regional, I think. Although it might play out that you go to where you were assigned already, and if that was a higher seed, then we shall see. Could be they go to the 8 seed. Right? Yeah. Not the guy to be breaking down the bracketology of the baseball tournament, perhaps. Well, Scottie Scheffler is now 3 out of 4 and is definitely the story in golf as we head to one more event before the U.S. Open in 2 weeks. Scheffler's flexing his muscle. He ran down Ben Griffin on Saturday, and then, yeah, this isn't happening, son. I know we're tied going into this final round. Talk to me in about an hour. You'll be a couple of down, and sure as sugar he was. And from that point, Scheffler was never threatened. It was all about who would finish second, third, and, top 5. For Scheffler, his A game is returned completely over any preseason injury, and it's like Rory McIlroy's hot start never happened. And as we go ahead and preview the U.S. Open, the next big event on the schedule, you take Rory, I'll take Scottie. And a Player of the Year award that we had all but given away to Rory McIlroy earlier this season. And to be fair, this script can be turned again. Still a lot of meaningful golf to be played. We got 2 majors to go and then the FedEx Cup playoffs. But those wins early this year by McIlroy, and certainly impressive. He won here at the Players. He won the Masters. He won at Pebble. 3 big wins. But Scheffler's starting to inch back. Memorial's a big boy. He won the PGA, obviously. And then he had that tournament at the Byron Nelson where I believe he set the all-time low scoring record, maybe. I mean, just demolished that place. And so now with 3 wins in his last 4 stops, what happened? ET, you had Scheffler probably. You had the first pick, didn't you?
I sure did.
Okay, so that'll move you out of last. I actually wrote it down this week. Look at me. What happened here? I had Straka. Okay, he's 3rd. Tour had Cantlay. He's below Straka. I should have stayed ahead of Tour, but yeah, you're going to jump up there. I don't know if you'll pass me. I may have kept enough of a cushion with that Straka paycheck. What about Oberg? Did he make money? Did you even check, or do you know?
No, I haven't checked
Yeah,
yet.
we'll look at it later. How's your weekend?
Oh, man, slow motion.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's rare for you. What does that mean, slow motion? You only went to 2 clubs tonight rather than 4?
Yeah, I didn't move around much. I
Stayed in the homestead?
Yeah, I went to town center once, but yeah, that's about it, man.
What'd you do, go over there and eat?
Went over there and eat, did a little walking around.
Okay.
That's it, man.
Yeah. Did we go? I ran into your rooftop over town center one time. Remember that one?
Yeah. Similar to that. Yeah, went to eat something like that.
Yeah, I got you. All right, we don't throw them around for free on this
we don't.
award-winning
on this,
show.
This high-impact show,
no,
sir.
Just like me when I'm done and they bring me that credit card bill, we'll have to get that up front here, boys.
Right?
I had a man. I wouldn't call it like slow per se. I know Saturday I didn't do nothing, man. Nothing. I somehow pulled it off. It's an amazing day where I could have stayed in PJs all day if I wanted. I didn't. I did very, very little. Did I leave the house on Saturday? I'd have to rack my brain to tell you an affirmative on that one. So I got away with that one on Saturday. Yesterday, a lot busier, but fun. I went to church and lunch, and then we had the grandbaby yesterday afternoon. That's always exhausting. That's what that is. Man. And I'll wait for Dan a little bit later to get too deep into this. But, buddy, you NASCAR fans out there, have you seen this Earnhardt doc?
No.
Oh, man. E.T., that's a must-watch for you, brother. You got to go. It's on Prime, I think.
That Earnhardt?
Yes.
All right.
They got a brand-new doc out on Earnhardt. It's 4-part. It's fantastic. I'm not a huge doc guy. I measure docs like this. Now, understand that a documentary is going to hit different for Gen Pop than it is for me and for Dan and for others in this way. So much of NASCAR I covered at the time, so I know a lot of the nitty-gritty. I know a lot of the garage talk. I know a lot of what you would learn in a doc that would fascinate you. I know that already. Second, just by the nature of what we do, I'm a stupid hyper sports fan. Just a hyper sports fan. So I'm going to keep up and notice things as we move along that most people are just, waiting on football to get here. And I get it. That's all cool. So I can only imagine if you're only a casual or even non-NASCAR fan, how fascinating this look into Dale Earnhardt is. But, buddy, someone who knows a lot about it already, fantastic. Highly recommended.
I bet.
A 5-star watch. 4 parts, the nuts and bolts are, the Dale Earnhardt story is the Dale Earnhardt story. And we go from when he was, born to a racing daddy to when he died tragically at Daytona. And I'll tell you, the character who ended up, for me, as much a part of the show, and a man that I have so much more respect for now than I did 4 episodes ago, is Dale Earnhardt Jr. And I'll let the story tell you that. Not that, he's lived some terrible, tortured life. I'm not saying that. I said the respect that I have for him and how he handled so much in his life from when he was a little kid and shipped off to military school at age 10. Just a constant search for the attention and affection of his dad, who loved to stew out of him, but, man, was that old school, just did not show it and showed affection to other people that made it worse if you were his own kids. And it's just a fascinating look inside the whole thing. Terrifically sad at parts, reminiscent at others. But back to my original point. So I judge a doc by 2 things. Does it give me menopause? Is it so personal and hard-hitting that I can't help but be emotional? Or 2, does it tell me stuff I don't know? Or at least remind me of something that maybe I knew at one point and I should have put it to long-term memory. And there were a few things in this documentary, on Earnhardt that brought that up as well. And I'll just give you one that I didn't know. I didn't realize. I wasn't hardcore NASCAR when this happened. I really got into NASCAR personally. When I say got into, started accumulating knowledge when I started doing TV in Jacksonville in the early 90s, 1991, and NASCAR was just getting super popular. And the decade of the 90s was a heck of a decade in NASCAR. It just was. It was Earnhardt's chase at the points titles. It was Earnhardt's chase to try and win a Daytona 500. It was the emergence of Dale Earnhardt Jr. But more than anything, it was Wonder Boy. It was Jeff Gordon. That changing the guard, that fascinating dynamic is also looked at in this doc. I mean, it's everything, man. It's everything. Really good. But what I was going to say is this: Earnhardt, E.T., is to this day the most polarizing athlete that I've ever covered or followed or known of. The most polarizing sports figure of my lifetime. I will probably die with it being Dale Earnhardt.
Oh, dear.
Now, he's not as, he's not as well known to everyone because it's a dissected, I guess, audience that feelings about Dale Earnhardt. But there was no in between with that guy at his peak when he was the intimidator, when he was wrongfully in many cases crashing guys to win. He aged into a much more accepted by the fans and everyone else personality. But in his peak, I don't know if there's a more polarizing sports personality in my lifetime. You loved him or you hated him, and there was no in between. That changed, but at one point that was it. So anyway, as part of that story, E.T., Richard Petty was the king of stock car racing. He won 200 times on the NASCAR circuit. I don't think anyone else has gotten to 100. He won 6 point titles, and that was sacred ground for the most popular driver maybe in NASCAR history, the King Richard Petty. Well, here comes Dale Earnhardt, this upstart, who's rising to prominence as Petty is fading out, and he's doing it with aggressive driving and polarizing personality, and he starts to pile up the points championships, He wins one like as a second-year driver, as a rookie driver. I can't remember. He set a record, though. I think he may have won as a rookie. He won a points title. He had some slumps. He won. Ultimately, though, at the end of the day, he ended with 6, the same as Richard Petty. Jimmy Johnson went on to win 6 after Dale Earnhardt. But the point is this. I didn't know this because I'm not an NASCAR fan or huge fan. He finished with 6, tied for the all-time record. Earlier in his career, when he was driving with Richard Childress Racing, and he was who had added a second car, and it was Ricky Rudd, and Ricky Rudd and Dale Earnhardt didn't get along, and Ricky Rudd was a young, cocky, could be smug, and they had a race up at Ricky Rudd's home track in Virginia, and Ricky Rudd had a comment before the race that he'd have to show Dale around. Now, Dale Earnhardt is a man's man now, and a Chihuahua just barked at a Doberman, okay? And Earnhardt is in contention for the points title, and he's won points titles. He's done an awful lot, and Ricky Rudd got over his skis a little bit. So fast forward, the end of the race. And sure as sugar, you get down to the end of the race. I think it was in Martinsville's tiny little track, and it's Earnhardt and Ricky Rudd, teammates, running first and second. Let me tell you what teammates don't do, E.T., ever. They don't wreck each other.
They crash another.
They wrecked each other. And I can't remember if it was Rudd took out Earnhardt or I think Rudd may have taken out Earnhardt. They go into the wall. The cars all whiz by, and they finish, I don't know, whatever the ultimate finishing spot was, but, E.T., at the end of the year, Dale Earnhardt finished second in the points race. And if he had crossed the finish line either first or second in that race, he would have won what would have been a 7th seasonal points title.
Dang, Ricky Rudd.
Fascinating four-parter, though. I jumped at that was part of my lazy Saturday, about 4.5, 5 hours watching that bad boy. Really, really enjoyed it. All right, a name that's kind of percolating. We got to go. We're going into the shadows of the rumor mill here, but hey, it's what we do. That and more when we return. You're listening live to 1010XL coming at you from the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
The Drill.
From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios. More Jaguars, more prep sports, more Gators, more Knowles, more dogs, more golf. Plus original podcasts from your favorite 1010XL personalities. 1010XL.com.
This is Hayes Carline, and I'm so proud of my guy, Leon Searcy.
Man, I used to want to eat all the time, but just 1 month on Physician Guided Weight Loss, and I've already dropped 15 pounds.
And I lost 25. No side effects, just results.
The GLP-1 curbs my cravings and keeps me feeling full. It's been easier than I expected, and I feel amazing.
Their staff is great, and best of all, no surprise costs.
If you're ready to bring sexy back this summer, visit pgweightloss.com.
Physician-guided weight loss, safe, doctor supervised.
And it works.
If your ride is making strange noises, don't wait and make it work. Come to Action Transmission on Merrill Road. My expert technicians can diagnose the problem and likely fix it fast. Experience the difference at Action Transmission on Merrill Road.
Hi, I'm Sean Monahan from Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach. Since 1977, we've been Jacksonville's local family jeweler with a beautiful selection of fine jewelry and certified diamonds. But we're also Jacksonville's leading buyer of gold, silver, and diamonds from the public. Gold's recently hit an all-time high at over $3,000 per ounce. Pay bills, buy something fun. Now is the time to sell your gold for cash and get top dollar, or trade it in for a new piece and get even more at Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach.
I'm Drew Scrimshire, president and publisher of the Jacksonville Business Journal. In business, timing is everything. That's why every morning at 8:15, our morning edition delivers the most important business news straight to the inboxes of Jacksonville's decision makers, executives, entrepreneurs, investors, and industry leaders. Want to know what the First Coast power players are reading before they start their day? Join them. Subscribe today to the Jacksonville Business Journal Morning Edition at bizjournals.com/Jacksonville.
The 2025 season schedule has dropped, and single-game tickets are on sale now. Be at the bank to watch Travis Hunter, Trevor Lawrence, and the Jaguars take on the biggest names in the NFL. Don't miss your favorite matchup and secure your tickets now by visiting jaguars.com/tickets or call 904-633-2000. See you this fall, Jags fans.
Yes, sir. That's the best decision. I love it.
Home of the Jaguars, 1010XL, 92.5 FM.
Where does Northeast Florida buy cars? Arlington Toyota. Why Arlington? Selection. Arlington has over 800 new and used vehicles all in one location with everyday low prices. Plus, right now you choose a pre-owned 2023 Camry, RAV4, Tacoma for $0 down and only $388 per month. Or how about no payments till January 2026? Shop in person on Atlantic Boulevard, just a quarter mile east of 295, or online anytime at arlingtontoyota.com.
This is Mike Lynch, PGA golf professional. Take it from me, if you're dealing with an orthopedic issue, talk to the doctors at Southeast Orthopedic Specialists, where you're treated like a pro.
This is Dr. Kevin Murphy with Southeast Orthopedic Specialists, where athletes are treated like pros. Thanks to all of you who have allowed us to be part of your recovery. Call us at Southeast Orthopedic Specialists if you ever have a need.
Relieve pain and get back to life. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Calling all fun-loving citizens of Northeast Florida. Freedom Boat Club needs your help. Lisa the Botanista has gone missing. She left a note that said gone boating. But here's the thing. Freedom Boat Club has 4 local locations, Julington Creek, Jax Beach, and 2 in St. Augustine, and over 400 locations across the world. That's a lot of water to cover. Is she water skiing on the Ozarks, whale watching in the Pacific, or island hopping in Spain? Or hiding right here at the Black Creek Rope Swing, or docking at the Conch House? Wait, has anyone checked Fort George Island? Too much to do on the water. So Freedom Boat Club is offering our best discount of all time, so you can help search. You simply make your reservation, show up, and have fun. I gotta go. I'm hopping on a boat to the fish camp for live music and lunch. Maybe I'll find the Botanista there. Or better yet, maybe you'll join us with the best discount ever and enjoy boating made simple. Don't blame us when you start playing hooky too. Visit freedomboatclub.com.
Instant Keys. You don't have to go to the dealer. Instant Keys comes to you. Call 904-722-1111.
Instant Keys saves the day if you've lost or broken keys. They can program new keys and remotes for nearly every make and model of vehicle at a fraction of the dealership cost. Fast, honest, and reliable locksmith service. Call Instant Keys, 722-1111.
When it comes to towing products, your safety is the priority at Cannons of Jacksonville. Cannons has decades of experience to ensure your towing setup is installed with precision and reliability. Visit cannonsofjacks.com, your trusted partner for a smoother tow.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
So we're figuring it here. I got my that little accountant calculator going here, trying to figure out what to make of this weekend's brunch with the tour standings. It looks like I'm going to extend. You're gonna blow by, dude. You're gonna have 4.3. That's gonna put you at 15.4.
Oh yeah.
And I'm gonna have like 15.1. And tour will be back in last, and they're only going to have like 13.2. So just got to keep that. We got to just keep the pedal to the metal here. Here's the problem now. See, I'm the one that's going to keep getting shuffled here because now he's going to take Scheffler at the U.S. Open, and he's going to get the $4 million, and I'm going to get shuffled down, and then it's going to be like, in sports you say the last one with the ball wins? Yeah, for Brunswick, the choice to be the last one that can pick Scottie wins. Or doesn't lose, at least in this case. That leads me to today's Daily's Double Take. I mean, this is brutal. By the way, it's June. Oh, that Italian sub on Ciabatta. Oh, it's coming this week, E.
Yes, sir.
My mouth's watering right now thinking about it. Yeah, here's the double take. By the way, stop in this morning. Get that chicken biscuit if they got it. If not, get them piled high. Bacon, egg, cheese. Get it all, man. Freshly baked right there this morning. Absolute deliciousness. Fresh ground coffee. Daily. You got it at the Daily's Dash. Here you go. Wins since May 2nd. That's a month, E. Today's June 2nd. You ready? Since May 2nd. Wins. Scottie Scheffler. 3 wins since May 2nd. Also, with 3 wins since May 2nd, the Colorado Rockies. Oh, my God. Are you kidding me, man? Like, for real? Scottie Scheffler playing PGA Tour golf has as many wins in the last month as the Colorado Rockies, who I will remind you have played every day this month. Wow. That's crazy. All right. There seems to be word in Atlanta that the Falcons could be either looking to or willing to move Kyle Pitts. Does that do anything for anyone out there?
Man, yes.
Right? I mean, isn't that, again, just another Bolts? Would you be worse if you... Now, I don't know if you... Listen, a day 2... a day 3 draft picky, round 4 to 7. You have some... Well, I don't know where we are in cap. Actually, we've eaten a lot of dead cap money of late, but still nonetheless. And I know we like Brenton Strange, and I know we got some... But wouldn't Kyle Pitts as a weapon in your offense juice you just a little bit?
Absolutely.
Now, Pitts, let's make no mistake. Pitts has been a disappointment, a major disappointment in Atlanta.
Yeah, well, that's one attractive disappointment.
Well, he's got a skill set that's certainly unique. Now, look, he hasn't been... Would he be labeled major disappointment if he weren't the number 3 pick? Probably not, but the truth of the matter is he was the number 3 pick. Last year, Kyle Pitts, ET, 47 catches, 600 yards, and just 4 touchdowns.
Mm-hmm.
Now, he can bring you the big play. He can do that. And as a tight end, he did average 12.8 a catch. That's a pretty good number. But as I recall, I'm going to pull up his stats here. It seems to me that Kyle Pitts' best year was his rookie year. Let me see if that's true.
Okay.
Yeah, his rookie year, 68 catches, 1,000 yards receiving, only had 1 touchdown, but he had a long of 61. So, yeah, what a great, what you think is a great start to a career. Played all 17, caught 68 balls. Got hurt in 2022, only played 10 games, had 28 catches, just 356 yards. And the last 2 years playing full seasons, he's combined for what a top tight end gives you in 1 year. The last 2 years combined, Kyle Pitts playing all 17 games each year. Pitts has 100 catches for 1,260 yards and 7 touchdowns. But maybe that just makes him really, really, really cheap. I mean, it's worth a kick of the tires if you're not giving up much. And I don't know if this is just like a fan-based message board rumor. I did see those iterations out of Atlanta that if they weren't like looking actively to deal, that they certainly would. Stupid me. It's early. I'm just getting my coffee. It It's 7 for the 3 dudes at the top of the NASCAR. Jimmy Johnson, they were chasing 7, not 6. I think I said 6. I know I said 6. All 3 of those guys are tied for the record. The facts of it don't change. But you know, aware NASCAR fans know that I misspoke. It's 7, not 6. And I remember the chase for Earnhardt towards Petty, and then Jimmy Johnson towards Earnhardt. But so anyway, that's just a slight addendum to that. There's this. This is a good point on the text line. Guess who else was a big disappointment before he came to Jacksonville?
Who's that?
Same position. Some dude named Evan Ingram.
Oh, yeah.
His best year had been his rookie year, and he'd just been a 50-catch, 600-yard guy, and then suddenly, used differently here, it performed a lot better than that, right?
That's fair.
And again, don't get me wrong, man. I'm not beating down the door of some scoop here. It's just look, I think we are out of this knee-jerk reaction as Jaguar fans that any name of any consequence that comes up, we don't immediately say, let's go get him. You feel me? We've done that forever. Trey Anderson's available, let's go get him. Tyreek Hill's available, let's get him. So-and-so's available, let's get him. So I think we're past that. But this is one there, again, if you can get a guy whose reputation has been downgraded, his grade has been downgraded, but these first 3 or 4 years, you can get him cheap for a 1 year, see what you can do deal, I'd be all for it. I'd be all for it, personally. Well, our NBA Finals are set, and I got to say, Saturday night went down about like I thought it would. The Pacers were going to come home. They were going to get that home floor behind them. They've been the better team in the series. They've been the deeper team. And then they proved that. And they got ahead of the Knicks, and they spanked them pretty good. And that Knicks team's not good enough, man. You know, they always say it after the game, this core, yada, yada. I had another team. My team lost in the Eastern Conference Finals a few years back with Trae Young and, Capella, John Collins. And that team also left the finals that year young and spunky and, quote, with the right core. Yeah, I don't think we've seen the second round of the playoffs since. I think the Knicks are better than that. But as constructed, they're not going to be good enough to win a title. If you can't get out of the East in a year where the Pacers are your final, and granted, you beat Boston, but if you can't get out of the East where the Pacers are your last hurdle, yeah, I question the jump in your legs. And again, I'll say it. In fact, I'll say it like this. Karl Anthony Towns isn't a good enough second star. Jalen Brunson can't win a title. 6'1" dudes don't win titles. They don't. And this is where you try and come back. Well, Steph Curry, no, those guys are 6'3". Only 6'3" isn't 6 feet, 6'1". It's different. They can take you far. I'm not minimizing them as great players. There's very few in my lifetime at that height that have been the main drive of a championship. Isaiah Thomas and who? Is there another one, E?
No.
I mean, AI took him to a final. Little
they
dude.
Didn't win, right.
They didn't win. Trae Young got hot and took the Atlanta to a conference final. Dame, great player, Portland. You got a ceiling. A 6-foot dude is not going to win the NBA championship if he's your go-to guy. It's just not happening. And I don't say this because of some basketball acumen. I say it because I got Google, and I can Google the NBA champions, and I got to go down. In most cases, I'll give you some more, by the way. Stockton, no. Nash, no. Those guys had good guys with them.
Yep.
But the reason I know is I can go down and I can not only tell you that a 6-foot player hasn't led a team to a title, I'll tell you there ain't many 6-foot players of any consequence on these title teams. Certainly a place for them. Do not get me wrong, and Jalen Brunson's incredible, but they either need a third star, a Siakam level, not an Anunoby level, or their second star needs to be better than Towns. It needs to be different.
Yep.
Because you can play Mitchell Robinson in the middle and get away with it. You can. He's a better defender. He's a better rebounder. And for a 7-footer, man, Karl Anthony Towns sure plays a lot like a 6'5" dude. Camping out at that. And he's a great shooter, but he camps out of that 3-point line. And man, he has got the lankiest, throwing his body all over the place drive to the hoop I've ever seen in my life. Man, it's all arms and legs and knees and elbows, isn't it?
Hands, shoulders, knees, and toes.
Knees and toes, baby. I can't see Indiana offering much resistance here. Can you?
At the most, at best,
6.
At best,
Yeah, at best.
6, bro.
Yeah, I feel like okay. Now, listen, big opportunity probably comes game 1 on Thursday.
Absolutely.
Sneak in there and win game 1. You can do it. Denver did it to Oklahoma City. Denver took them 7. Wasn't that long ago. But, man, I just don't know. Tyrese Halliburton, he ain't Shea. He's a nice player, but he's, and he'll get his 38-point game once every 7 or 8. My man Shea going to do it every other game.
Every other game. You're going to average 28 to 30.
I hope it goes 7. It's not a compelling series for the NBA. It's not how you draw it up. You don't want 2 small market teams from middle America that don't have national fan bases, and that's exactly what they got with the NBA Finals get going on, Thursday night. Come back with a football fix. We'll have Sharks coach Jason Gibson join us in the 9 o'clock hour. Do we have Freddie Taylor today, I assume?
Yeah, we
Monday morning running back as well, so we'll talk a little ball with Freddie T. All that and more got you up and rolling, booming live from the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
The Drill.
From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
This is Brent Musburger's Visa in Action update on 1010XL. Brought to you by Duck Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic, and Air Conditioning. When you're stuck, call the Duck. Proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
A rematch of last year's Stanley Cup final won by the Florida Panthers. Florida visiting Edmonton for Game 1 on Wednesday. Edmonton $1.25 favorite. Florida plus 105, 6.5 under the total. NCAA baseball tournament underway with the regional round this weekend. The Super Regionals next weekend. Arkansas, the 5-1 favorite to win the College World Series. LSU 6-1. Tennessee 8-1. North Carolina, the first non-SEC school in the betting markets at plus 850. Georgia 9-1. Vanderbilt 10-1. Texas 15-1. $250 bonus and you open up a GBank Visa signature card. Visa.com/GBank. With your action update, Mike Sennett, 1010XL.
Oh, no.
You okay in there?
Toilet's backed up. It won't flush.
Okay, I'll call the pros.
The tank isn't filling. The handle does nothing. Run for your life.
Don't be so dramatic. Duck Duck Rooter will fix it.
For any plumbing issue, call Duck Duck Rooter, your local plumbing professionals and proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. DuckDuckRooter.com.
When you're stuck, call the Duck. 904-862-6769.
When you're experiencing sudden, unexpected dental pain, the last thing you want to hear is that your dentist can't see you until next week. That's why I'm so glad I found Harbor Dental Care. Whenever I call, they always find a way to see me within 24 hours, and they can usually fix whatever's wrong the same day. Plus, they have locations throughout Jacksonville, so no matter what side of town I'm on, I can always count on the same great care. If you want to find a dentist who believes in treating people right, learn more at harbordental.care. That's HARBOUR dental.care.
Frank Frangie here. I was talking to a buddy the other day. His HOA told him his old fence had to go. I said, man, call Coil Fencing. They've been around the block since 1927. Heck, they probably built half the fences in Jacksonville. They do it all. Tough chain link for security. Those fancy aluminum ones the HOA actually likes. Nearly a century of keeping yards safe and looking good. If you need a fence, call Coil. You can trust the folks at Coil. 904-356-4821 or visit CoilJacks.com. COYLE Jacks.com.
You tired of high energy bills? Replace those inefficient windows and patio doors now. Don't miss Renewal by Anderson's 30th anniversary sale. Buy one window or patio door and get one 30% off. Financing options are available and this offer expires June 30th. Renewal by Anderson, proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com to schedule your free consultation.
License number CGC 1527613.
Are you 18 years or older, just got married, just got divorced, or have children? Listen up. Have you done your last will and estate planning? If you have questions, call Matt Hinson with the Hinson Law Firm. Reach him at 527-1700, offices Jacksonville, Florida. And don't let the state decide your fate.
Fred Taylor is now in 1010XL's backfield.
Fred Taylor with 2 touchdowns.
Fred Taylor joins Dan and Jeff on the drill. Monday morning running back with Fred Taylor is fueled by Epstein and Robbins and Monahan Jewelers on 1010XL.
Frank Frangie here. I've known the Parman family for years, and what stands out is how they run Big Chief Tire. It's not just about tires. It's about showing up, doing the work, and taking care of people. That's the culture they've built over 4 generations. When you walk into Big Chief, you're treated with honesty, respect, and real hometown service. That's how Big Chief Tire keeps Jacks rolling. Schedule your next appointment at WeKeepJacksRollin.com or call 904-932-0950.
Hey, Hickett here for my friends at Zero Res. Gang, vacuuming is not sufficient to maintain the cleanliness and lifespan of your carpet, period. Do not, let me repeat, do not leave deep cleaning to yourself, but do it yourself, dirt attracting carpet soaking machines. No. Call on the cleaning freaks from Zero Res. Big summer savings. 3 rooms of carpet clean starting at $129. Take 20% off air duct cleaning as well. Call them, 904-287-5727, and ask for the 1010XL special. Zero Res, spell it forwards or backwards. It's the right way to clean.
You'll always feel good when you send someone a Kuhn Flowers floral or plant arrangement. This is RJ with 1010XL, and no matter what the reason, Kuhn Flowers has always come through for me. Order online at KuhnFlowers.com.
I'm Clayton Bromberg, the president of Underwoods. One of the biggest changes we've seen in fine jewelry over the last 25 years has been the growth of jewelry designers. At Underwoods, we're the leader, bringing to North Florida the best names in designer jewelry. In fact, we carry designer lines in a similar way to how clothing stores carry designer labels. The difference is that jewelry designers have to be a little more timeless in their presentations because nobody wants to buy a fine piece of jewelry only to find out the next year it's gone out of style. That's why you'll find at Underwoods the best of the jewelry designer names, those that are tried and true and popular. Names like David Yerman, Roberto Coin, John Hardy, Marco Bichigo, Jude Francis, Lagos, Hippolyta, and a lot more are all available right now at Underwoods. So if you want the best looks in designer jewelry, stop by Underwoods, San Marco, Avondale, or the shops of Ponte Vedra.
All right, gang, if you're out and about as a contractor this morning, you know finding reliable subcontractors is key to project success. Prosser here. Guys, that's where Lloyd's Heating and Air shines, not just your mechanical HVAC experts, but your partner in these projects. They understand every facet of construction to keep that project on track. Lloyd's will spot issues early before they can cause delays. So if you're a contractor with a need for reliability, visit Lloyd'sHeatingandAir.com. Lloyd's Heating and Air, keeping you comfortable in every season.
Jumbo Shrimp Baseball is home this week at the newly renovated ViStar Ballpark. Tomorrow is Canines and Crustaceans Dog Day presented by Forever Vets Animal Hospital, followed by Wear It Home Wednesday t-shirt giveaway. Then it's Pride Night presented by ViStar and River City Pride on Coors Light Thursday. Don't miss fireworks Friday and Saturday. Baseball all weekend. Tickets start at just $5. JackShrimp.com for tickets. Jumbo Shrimp Baseball, affordable family fun.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
All right, we mentioned earlier FSU a winner in their regional. Can they host a super regional? No, they keep it on track. So even though the top 2 seeds lost, the beneficiary would be whoever that they were scheduled to play if they were set up that way. So here, this is what I'm told FSU needs. Oregon State to lose their regional, and I don't know if they advanced last night or do they still have a championship game to play today. I think it's today. And so if you're an FSU fan, you'd like to see Oregon State lose as regional host because that would mean FSU would host the super regional. So I think I have that correct. Well, the Royals have seen enough, couldn't wait any longer, and Jack Caglione, who this time last year was leading Florida to some Omaha shenanigans, has been called up by the Kansas City Royals. Less than a year after he was the 6th pick in the draft, in his first full professional season, Cags, now 22-year-old, has just crushed pitching at AA and AAA. 15 homers, 56 RBIs in 50 games. He's batted .322. His OPS is almost 1,000. And, you know, with the big, strong, two-way player, at least in college. Listen, he's got exit velocities off the bat that rival Ohtani and Judge. Originally a first baseman, he spent AAA in the outfield. He's expected to play in the outfield and join the Royals when they start a series in the Show Me State against St. Louis tomorrow. Top of the scale power. Got tape measure homers this year, and he's expected ultimately to settle in nicely in the middle of a lineup alongside Bobby Witt Jr., the Royals hope for a long time. He's only struck out 20% of his plate appearances. They're incredibly excited about that. That's impressive for a guy who hits for power. Look, Kansas City was slow to promote him. They thought he chased too many pitches outside the zone, would be exposed by premium pitches and pitchers in the majors. But their offensive struggles are putting those fears to rest. They got to get him up. Royals right now, 4th place, 2 games over 500. They've allowed the second fewest runs in Major League Baseball, but they've scored the second fewest ahead of only Colorado, who we told you earlier is 9-50. Oof. Fire up the band. We got a football fix. Let's give you some news and notes from the National Football League. We'll be joined by Sharks head coach Jason. Coming up in the 9 o'clock hour, as always. I got computer issues here. I apologize. So Jason Gibson joins us in the 9 o'clock hour, the Sharks head coach. Took it on the chin in a short work week, but back home you can get your tickets at jacksharks.com and the home course, Georgia Creek Golf Club. Every time I play, it's a little better shape than it was the last time. So get out there, make your tee time today. All right. Start with the 49ers. Looks like they are finalizing a deal for a pass rusher. Bryce Huff. Isn't that the dude that Hicken was lusted for a couple of free agencies ago? Wasn't he the Jets guy, edge rusher? He didn't really work so much in Philly, so perhaps could be on the way to San Francisco. See if he can discover part of that spark that had him sought after leaving the Jets a couple of years ago. I said earlier that the Falcons have perhaps put Kyle Pitts on the market. Pitts has been a major disappointment, had a good rookie year, and he's done nothing but go backwards since. And I think there's this implication that Pitts has been stymied by injuries, but really no. He was hurt his second year. But he played full seasons in his first year, his third year, and his fourth year last year. The last 2 years combined for 100 catches, 1,200 yards, 7 touchdowns. That's a great, first year for a lot of people. So we'll see. Well, it's the daily Who Flashed Today meter in Cleveland, and over the weekend reporting that Shedeur flashed at Browns OTA. So we're all excited about that. Will it be the last hurrah for Travis Kelce? They're at least considering that possibility. I was surprised to see, at least by the volume of catches, how productive Kelce remained even last year. That's Football Fix. You're welcome. Much more as we move along here on a Monday morning. We're inside the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
The Drill at the DivorceMenOnly.com studios. FSU through and through. Rick Ballou hosts Into the Night, evenings on 1010XL.
Hi, this is Dale Murray with Murray Automotive Group in Stark and Kingsland. Save yourself from those big city dealers and their fast-talking flim-flam tactics. No matter what your automotive need is, we've got you covered. Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and nobody beats our prices, and I mean nobody. Shazam! Plus our exclusive 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty included on every qualified vehicle. And we'll trade anything from AirPods to fishing rods. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com. Then come see me, Dale Murray. I'll be waiting for you. Shazam!
Storms don't wait, so why should you? Protect your home and your wallet with Universal Roof and Contracts. Save 15% on roof replacements and repairs now through June 30th. And financing is available with payments as low as $115. Call 855-ROOF-HELP for your free inspection. Universal Roof and Contracting. Protecting your home, building your trust. License number CCC 057165, CBC 1258484.
UniversalRoof.com. Spring has sprung, and so have the bugs. It's Hayes Carline and my friends at Kingfish Pest Control offer an exclusive $99 spring special. That's right, your initial pest control service is just $99. And if you call today, they'll include a free one-time mosquito treatment. Kingfish Pest Control is family-owned, 5-star rated with no binding contracts, and 100% satisfaction guarantee. Call them now to book your service. Only at Kingfish Pest Control, proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Want a simple way to boost your company's image without a big renovation? A fresh paint job in your brand's colors can increase recognition up to 80%. At Performance Painting, we help companies stand out with clean, on-brand finishes that impress clients and energize employees. From color consultations to low-odor coatings that won't disrupt operations, we've got you covered. Visit performance-painting.com to schedule a friendly estimate. Performance Painting. Prepare, protect, preserve.
Performance Painting.
Home of the Jacksonville Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Bueller.
Stay cooler with Bueller.
Hey, pal. Pretty nice weather we're having, huh?
You think this is nice?
I mean, it's sunny, warm. We do live in Florida.
It's not all upside, Jason. Warm weather comes, so all the cool people hit the beach. My old air conditioner craps out, so it's 1,000 degrees inside, and I'm stuck on a video call in my underpants trying not to sweat through my...
Wait. Put these sunglasses on.
I'm not going to put on your...
Whoa. The air conditioning experts at Bueller Air and Plumbing can keep your home office cool and comfortable all summer long. You look good in your meeting, impress the big guy with your cool confidence, maybe finally make assistant deputy regional manager.
Wow, air conditioning can do that?
Life moves pretty fast. If you spend all summer worried the weather is going to be too nice, you could miss it.
Stay cooler with Bueller.
Visit BuellerAir.com.
What's happening, folks? E.T. here for Twin Peaks, which happens to be the best in the game. Here are your favorite drafts are poured at a frosty 29 degrees. And rare barrel-aged whiskeys are served just the way you want them. And it's bigger game days and it's bolder fight nights, too. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that's always coming through in the clutch every day, from lunch to late at night? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar. Hit a home run for happy hour and ask your Twin Peaks girl about local specials on drafts, cocktails, shots, and more. And while you're at it, the countdown to Miss Twin Peaks 2025 is on, and voting for Miss Popular is officially live. Head over to 2025misstwinpeaks.com to learn more about the contest and cast your 5 votes for your favorite Twin Peaks girl. And tell them your boy sent you.
Go inside your home team's locker room with Jags beat reporter Hayes Carline.
Check out my blog at 1010XL.com
so you can catch all the news and nuggets you need to know.
My blog is brought to you by Roland Reach Plumbing,
where quality and experience count.
Mark Watson with Hardball Creative. What's better than beer? Cold beer. Put your company logo on a custom koozie. Check them out at hardballcreative.com.
Hardball Creative. Hardball does it all.
Need or want cash? Beaches Jewelry and Pawn has cash available. Ready to buy guitars, surfboards, jewelry, firearms, tools, and especially gold. They need it all, selling or pawning. Get cash on the spot at Beaches Jewelry and Pawn in Jacksonville Beach.
Hey, it's Matt Hayes. Let's start with some cold, hard truth. Here's why Awaken 180 Weight Loss is your road to freedom. It's fast, it's easy, it's safe. You're not shooting chemicals into your body every week. You're eating real food every single day. You're not listening to an overpriced celebrity tell you about magical new food or asking you to count points or calories. You're just eating food and losing weight. It's that simple with Awaken 180 Weight Loss. You know what else you're doing while losing weight with Awaken 180? Eliminating pain, fitting into clothes you haven't worn in years, sleeping through the night and waking up refreshed and energized and happy. I lost 40 pounds in 9 weeks on Awaken 180, and Hacker lost more than 110 over the course of a year. It's a life-changing road to freedom. Doesn't matter what your goal weight is, Awaken 180 Weight Loss will get you there quickly and safely, a clear path to success without disappointment. Awaken 180. Give them a call, 844-346-1800, or go online at awaken180weightloss.com.
Here's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update, sponsored by TopDressing.com. Florida Gator basketball standout Alex Condon has officially withdrawn from the NBA draft and will return for his junior season, boosting Florida's lineup for another year. NCAA track and field, Jacksonville Hyde Stadium saw record-breaking performances in the NCAA East first round. Among the standout athletes was Ryan Rankin, a Georgia High School Association champion from Brunswick High School, who soared to ninth in the World Athletic Rankings. The Jacksonville Sharks will take on the Massachusetts Pirates for their third matchup of the season, Thursday at 7 p.m. in Lowell, Massachusetts. With the team splitting their previous two meetings, this showdown will decide the series tiebreaker. At your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update, I'm Sam Nelson.
At 7 a.m., it's 68 degrees. Your time and your temp is brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Ladies and gents, please put your hands together as Dan Hicken enters the studio.
Case of the Moon Day.
Yeah, that'll happen.
Going to be here on a Monday, another chock full of sports weekend. What a beautiful weekend in Jacksonville, FLA. Oh, the weather. They turned off the humidity for a couple days.
Yeah,
This morning, Saturday, Sunday, I got outside early, got walking around. Oh, it was lovely. Lovely. The oven will be back on. Don't worry. Don't you worry.
Oh, the heat. Make it. The June swoon.
But hopefully you enjoyed those nice days.
I did nothing on Saturday. I don't know if I went outside. I went outside. I didn't do much.
We had
the day where I didn't leave the house. It's not a terrible day.
We had a couple graduation parties.
Yeah.
For children of friends, and so one on Saturday, one on Sunday. So that kept us
that time of year.
Congrats to all.
Sure.
A lot of kids excited. New chapters.
Spread those wings and fly.
Spread them and fly, baby. Spread them and fly. It was a bad weekend for the Southeastern Conference.
The opposite of basketball, huh? I didn't have the. I figured you'd have the exact numbers. How many are gone of the 13 that made it?
The number one overall seed, the Vanderbilt Commodores, are out.
Yeah.
The number two overall seed, the Texas Longhorns, are out. The jerkiest D-bag team in college baseball, the Georgia Bulldogs, are out. Sully with a poor performance this weekend before the game and during the game.
Wrong. You're wrong. Stop it.
Lost his mind with a couple people that he shouldn't lose his mind with. Probably owes them an apology. They're out. The Crimson, Georgia, I say because of the way they acted, the way they, just ridiculous stuff. And no place for
right now, like in this weekend?
Yeah, just embarrassment.
What'd they do? Do tell.
I'm not a big fan of and call me an old fuddy-duddy. I don't need it buttoned up to the top, but I don't need jersey down to
At
here.
the navel?
Yeah. It's ridiculous. Just the antics, the show.
Is he the one they threw the bat once and then the next time he acted like he was going to throw it and
he wasn't the one.
Okay.
There are a bunch of them.
Yeah.
Sliding in third and putting your hands on your kicking up and down. And, hey, comes back to bite you. Oklahoma State got him with a walk-off.
Well, good.
They're out. Alabama out. Mississippi State out. Kentucky out.
Yeah.
So
and also, like, in contrast to the basketball, the really good teams in basketball that proved it all year.
Yeah.
Florida, Alabama, Auburn, Tennessee.
Yes.
They proved it in the tournament.
Yes.
They all went to at least Elite Eight, where at the top of the SEC just petered out.
And so, not good.
And by the way, the SEC also had the number one overall seed in softball, and they didn't make it out of the regional.
Yeah.
Texas A&M.
That's right. Now I'm going to say this. Get used to it, because when a coach like O'Connor leaves Virginia to go to Mississippi State, it's the SEC and everybody else. The money is just so great in the Southeastern Conference, and they get the benefit of the doubt most of the time. And so it is what it is. But that's the way it is right now. And it'll change, but that's the way it is right now in college athletics. But yeah, poor performance. You lost 7 teams in the regional.
Yeah.
Not even the super regional.
It's like losing the first game or first weekend of the NCAA tournament.
I mean, Texas, embarrassing. No fans there.
Texas San Antonio got him
twice.
Yeah, the Roadrunners.
Vandy, embarrassing. Wright State.
You know what? I'm going to get a UTSA baseball shirt brought to me before, I take off with our San Antonio friends.
But what I love about what happened this week.
Okay, tell me. I need some love.
In college baseball, what I love about it is you create these super teams with these portal kids and, these great travel ball players who stick their chests out. And you got the dirt daubers coming in who have ridden buses together and grinded together and fight together and maybe roll out the tarps when they're field because they don't have enough guys out there and clean their own fields and love each other, come and whip your A. Yeah. I love that.
Yeah.
And I'm embellishing, but to a point it was so that was kind of cool.
It's very rare that I kind of root for, and I get a little bit of tell him when it's my own guys being dressed down. But that's where O'Sullivan left me after that nonsense yesterday.
So for those who don't know,
with Coastal Carolina. Yeah, you got a lot of nerve, big boy. If you're such a great super regional host, maybe win enough games next time. That was weak sauce, dude. Weak sauce, especially.
I would agree.
And you know how those things run. I mean, there's no time or schedule to those.
They got some respected people up there. They're tournament. They're busting their butt. They're trying to. We had to move the game an hour.
Right, an hour. Deal. When did they tell them? Did they tell them early?
I don't know.
The only thing that has any was if your pitcher's warming up and you do it. But I don't think that was the case. Listen, I was just weak. And then you go out and lay an egg like he did.
Well,
shut up.
I had predicted that Florida. I just had that vibe.
That. Yeah.
Right, and watching the Gators enough.
You're right.
So the 2025 Gators, you'll never know because I doubt you watch much of them at all.
Yeah, you're right.
So
I know Aiden King. That's who I'll take in the next year.
So Aiden.
He won, by the way, his game. But
here's the thing. I disagree with Sully about this, but in the end, it wouldn't have mattered.
Should have pitched him game 1, you're saying?
No, game 3.
Oh.
Game 2, you're playing Fairfield.
Yeah. That's poor coaching. That's poor coaching. That's a bad decision.
It's debatable. I understand if you got length out of them, which rested your bullpen, which gave you everybody pretty much for the next 3 games. So I get it.
Just throw the bullpen.
Everybody wasn't good enough this year.
Right. Yeah, you got to save your best pitcher for
East
a good
Carolina. You didn't even get to Coastal Carolina, who won the region.
Right.
You got knocked out by the runner-up in the region.
Well, and the runner-up put double digits on you twice. They got shut out 1-0 in the final. It shows you the difference in class.
That was a bad year.
Coastal Carolina and Florida are not on the same,
and you can't,
level.
You can hide a little bit behind the injuries. I get it. I've brought that up enough times, but it was not a good season for Florida baseball.
Congrats to FSU. They did what you're supposed to. They
did.
Voted right through their regional, and they'll get to host if Oregon State loses.
There is a bigger problem in college baseball, man. Just the way these kids and coaches are acting. It's enough. Listen, I remember I have a high school baseball coach that I really like and respect. He's a good man, and he used to tell my son would complain about something at 13 or 14 or 15 or 16 or whatever, and he would tell him, listen, you go into every single game expecting that pitcher is going to be, as a hitter, that pitcher is going to be dead on. It's going to be the worst umpire you've ever had. Everything is working against you. That's baseball, and you got to expect that, and then let the game play out. You can't keep going back to, well, he did well like that. Well, that was, it just, those are just excuses in the end. So, point being, these kids haven't learned that lesson along the way. They complain and moan and groan, and then the coaches come out and the refs the umpires are, some of them are ridiculous. All right. Link Jarrett got tossed, and I don't know what happened. We got tossed in the second inning of a game yesterday. And so he wasn't even around for his team to rally back and beat Mississippi State and go to their regional. I don't know who I should look to see if Oregon State won, because FSU might host.
Oregon State has to lose. I think they play against
today.
They beat USC last night, but I think they play today. Let me see.
Okay, so I knew they already had one loss. Maybe they got the final game today.
I think they beat USC in the elimination game, and they'll have to beat somebody twice. Is that how it will work?
No, I think they're down to, it's probably just one game left. Okay. I don't know, but FSU has a chance to host a regional, which is great.
It looks like let's see, 33. All right,
but I'll throw criticism around to everybody just to keep it real. And the other thing I'm tired of.
It's USC Oregon State again today for the title.
And I don't like this either, Prost, to a point. And I know a lot of you, some baseball people are like, lighten up, Dan, or whatever. I don't like this either. I'm cool to a point. And we've had these talks. I respect Johnny Murphy of Trinity, Daniel's brother, and because he has an old school, new school balance, and we're trying to find that. The bat flips and stuff. If you celebrate towards your dugout, but I got a picture on FSU striking out a kid. And what he told him, I can't even repeat the 9 o'clock nasty.
What the FSU pitcher said to the...
Walked off, looked at the kid, said something that I wouldn't... And I think the Mississippi State kid in that particular instance, and again, don't know everything that worked up to it, don't know everything about it. In that particular instance, I think the Mississippi State kid did well. If I was a Mississippi State kid, I would have took my bat and thrown it at the pitcher. You know me.
Believable.
Yeah, it would have instigated. But I don't like I'm okay with pumped up. I'm okay with looking into your glove and yelling. I'm okay with looking at your guys and yelling. It's just the chippiness in college baseball has got to settle down a little bit, in my opinion.
I watched the Yankees and Dodgers represented the big name brands and the big markets pretty well this weekend.
Yes.
The Yankees, the first game, Ohtani and Judge went back and forth, hit 3 homers between the two of them. The Stars played pretty well for the most part. I did enjoy seeing Max Fried get lit up. But last night, the Yankees take game 3, so they avoid getting swept. There are 3 teams in Major League Baseball have not been swept this year. Can you name them? Obviously, you'll know one.
Well, the Mets.
Right, the Mets are one.
Right.
The Mets and Yankees.
We get ready for a 4-game in L.A.
Yeah, you won't get swept 4. I don't. It doesn't matter. It's Mets and Yankees, but the third, I think, would surprise people. It's the Reds. And the Reds don't have a great record, do they?
No.
Just a couple over 500, but they just managed to just lose 2 out of 3. Sounds familiar. Yeah. I got a team does the same thing. Just lose 2 out of 3 every week. And
you can't do that.
Gradually, just fall.
Amazing thing about the Braves, though, is the year they won 101 games, they were 10.5 games behind the Mets, and they were 27-31. The same record that they have. It's
listen, it's there. It's bottled. They just can't hit. The pitching is held up. Now, I will say this about pitching. If your starters give you 6-7 innings, give up 3-4 runs in today's day and age, that's not terrible. But when those 3 or 4 runs come in like the first inning, it does put you in like a bit of a pressure spot a bit. And so that's what's happening. The Brave starters are only giving up 2 or 3 runs, but they come early.
Yeah.
And you get behind, but we're not getting any hits and whatever, dude. I'm not. They're 4 games under. We'll see. I don't even know who we play next. I'm so sick of them.
Arizona, who lost their ace yesterday and goes against
Burns.
Yes.
What happened?
Elbow? He said, my elbow's dead. Leap. If you read lips. Again.
Well, that makes more sense what the Orioles decided to do.
And as soon as he threw the pitch, he turned around and screamed. He knew it. It's the reason why David Stearns and some other GMs who have the means don't put the means out to the pitchers.
Yeah.
It's too risky.
Yeah. Well, it's what the Braves did with Fried.
Because
the reason...
If he tore his UCL... Corbin Burns will be out this year and perhaps the year after. And it's just brutal. It's a brutal injury for these great pitchers or any pitcher who chases, they're chasing velo, and your guy did it last week, and he had thrown the fastest pitch he had ever thrown in that game. And so it's just a thought, but some management won't pay those pitchers those 7-year, $300 million deals.
Again, it's what the Braves fear out of the Freeman is a lot baseball dumber than the Fried. Fried, look, right now it's going to hurt every time Max Fried goes to the mound and wins. But make no mistake, in Atlanta, the problem is not the pitching. The pitching has been fine. Probably a top 5, top 6 staff in almost all measurables. He said, it's these hitters. They don't hit, man. I mean,
he said, my elbow's done. It's dead.
Yeah, that's not
what you want.
See you later. And Arizona already was struggling, right? Did I see that? Like an 8-game losing streak relatively recently?
That's who you play next. Our Dreamfinders Homes poll question of the day brought to you by our friends at Dreamfinders Homes. Dreamfinders Homes right now offering an amazing 4.99% fixed interest rate on some move-in ready homes, man. Go to dreamfindershomes.com. Check out the 15 different locations.
15?
Thank you, E. Yes, they're everywhere. I saw some driving around town today as I went back towards Nocatee, or not today, this weekend. So they're everywhere you go, you'll look, and there'll be a Dreamfinders Homes neighborhood. It's terrific stuff. Go to dreamfindershomes.com. Tell them Dreamfinders Danny sent you. You'll be glad you did.
Got a couple of things here on the text line.
Mm-hmm.
And this may be Fair. Maybe we
Let me
stop.
finish the poll question.
I'm sorry.
Then do it.
I thought we were doing.
Best thing I saw sports-wise this weekend.
Your pause fooled me. I'm like, did I miss the poll question? Did I go away? Anyway, go ahead. Sorry.
Best thing I saw sports-wise this weekend. Pacers eliminate Knicks, college baseball endings, college softball World Series, or Scheffler again at the Memorial. I know what you're voting for.
You already know it, man.
I didn't watch much sports. And what I did watch was almost. I mean, I watched the game was terrible. They didn't play them. The basketball. Scheffler by a mile for me.
Okay. You both take Scheffler.
Yes, sir.
They're in second place. Pacers eliminating Knicks, interestingly enough, is your leader. College softball was great last night. Tennessee got a win, but they were about to get the UCLA girl hit a home run, didn't touch the base, should have been out. The game should have been over. They refused. They didn't have. They say it's non-reviewable, and then they reviewed it for 15 minutes. I didn't understand that.
Tennessee, that didn't sit well with me.
Like,
this girl just took you deep, and you want to win on a little technicality that she stepped a half an inch over the home plate. To which point, by the way, her teammate saw and told her, and she did step on
but
it.
the teammate grabbed her.
I don't
threw
care.
her back. You can't
She
do
hit
that
the
either.
home run. Stop it,
Yeah.
you losers.
Be a terrible way to lose.
That's how you want to win.
Yeah.
You want to call it on that?
Well,
come on,
They ended
man.
up winning anyway.
I know they did. I didn't like that at all.
But yeah, so
And the guy's yelling at her. She just took you deep.
By the way,
shut up.
Texas Tech investment still paying off. The
Yeah, she
young
went
girls
again. Good for her.
Pitched them into the Final Four, I believe. The college baseball endings would have got my vote. It was obviously I wouldn't vote for Pacers eliminate Knicks. College baseball endings would have got my vote. That was somewhat incredible. So a lot of those games were just, ninth inning, 9-9, 11-9, 12-11, 13-12. I mean, it was some incredible stuff.
I like some sort of sick addict. And really, the only sports I watched all weekend were the Braves. I watched way too much of that garbage. I watched a lot of the golf.
Yeah.
And I watched the Knicks, the Pacers Knicks on Saturday.
Knicks.
But I tell you what I got into, and we'll talk about it maybe a little bit later this morning, but Amazon Prime has an Earnhardt documentary out. Oh, fantastic, man.
Oh, good.
So good.
I'll have to give it a look.
Yeah, I'm going to die. I'll give you a little preview a little bit later this morning. I talked about some in the 6 o'clock hour, but just, I said this earlier, Hick, for me, and we're such psycho sports fans that we know and recognize and remember things about sports that other people don't. And then we have the job of covering NASCAR, so we're aware of the garage talk and a lot of stuff's going on. But I really appreciate a doc that I can watch about somebody so highly publicized that we personally covered, and you learn things you didn't know. That's what is a good doc to me.
Yes.
Too many docs I know it all just because I'm a hyper sports
I
fan.
said the Brett Favre documentary I watched was not
right
because
then
it's all
I give
stuff I knew.
Well, there you go.
I didn't care.
And so I'm not a doc fan, and buddy, this one hits you in every possible way. Just one overall take. The man that I have more respect for today than I did 4 episodes ago is Dale Earnhardt Jr.
Yeah,
and just a lot of respect for the life that he lived and the attention that he sought and the road that he had to take and the success that he earned. I mean, they sent the boy off to, and he's a good little kid.
Yeah.
They sent him off to military school when he's 10 years old. He's just a tough life. He's constantly craving his dad's attention and affection. He just didn't get that. Just wasn't the way that Dale Earnhardt loved.
Yeah.
He loved his son.
Yeah.
He did.
Yeah.
But that's not the way he loved. And they never got that from. There's a lot of layers here, buddy. You'll get menopause at sometimes.
Oh dear.
You'll think you'll
laugh, you'll cry.
Do you remember the episode with Earnhardt where he passed out on the track? He went Ricky Bobby? I've forgotten that. When he did a whole final lap, and when he pulled into his pits, he was conked out.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and they had to have medical tests. He sat for a week, or they brought him back. I mean, there's just so many layers. It was really good. Really good.
Okay.
So
Look forward to that. They have NASCAR now.
Yeah, Prime does.
So I'm sure they did
it's
that.
Incredible, dude.
As a
It's
preview
just
to what-
it's got a lot of layers, a lot of stuff. You get a lot of inside Earnhardt behind the scenes stuff you've never seen.
Did Teresa talk?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I say she talked. I think that she was included a lot. Now, was she in the primary drivers of interviewees are Dale Jr., his sister, to a smaller degree his brother, the race team.
Yeah.
The Childresses, the Tony Urys, and then there were some, there were a couple of Dale's friends.
Okay.
He was real good friends with the Neil Bonnet thing was amazing. You forget the sequence of how that happened.
Yeah.
You'll be reminded of that. Bonnet died at Daytona in a practice, and it was kind of Earnhardt that pushed him back in a car. Now Bonnet wanted to get in a car. Earnhart gave him a ride. Now that wasn't the ride that killed him. Just fascinating layers of stuff. Just good stuff.
All right, well, you can vote at dreamfightershomes.com if you would like, or not Dreamfighter, on Twitter, and go to dreamfightershomes.com for all your home buying information. But, yeah, it's Scheffler and Pacers neck and neck.
Yeah.
We got a lot to do today. It's going to be a fun day. We're going to talk to the folks from the Tristan Bailey Foundation. We're going to give away lots of tickets. If you're in the mood, it's summertime, and they have a big night coming up this week. We're going to give away lots of jumbo shrimp tickets here over the morning. We have a few to give away, so we're going to do that. And I know Sharks coach is coming around.
We'll have Jason Gibson at the 9 o'clock hour. We got Brady TV, the phone lines today with the Monday morning running back. So, yeah, a lot on our
warming up.
Play. We got the 10-minute drill, some more headlines. I got there's a name out there that's percolating as perhaps available. I'd like to get your opinion on that when we come back as well. You're listening to The Drill on 92.5 FM.
Downtime with Dan is serviced by the local family-owned company for home comfort and your statewide mechanical partner for the biggest projects, Lloyd's Heating and Air.
There's historic and then there's historic bad, and I got to watch some historic bad this weekend. That's the Colorado Rockies. Oh, my goodness. That is a team that is not very good. They're trotting guys out with ERAs over 8 to start games. They're on their fourth 8-game losing streak this season. They are 9-50. 9-50. And when you see the fastest of 50 losses, you're seeing teams from 1884, like the Kansas City Unions, or 1876, the Cincinnati Red Stockings. That's where the Rockies are right now. You know, the White Sox lost 121 last year. These guys are going to annihilate at 9-50. If they play another 9-50, they're going to be 18-100. I mean, they are really bad, and it doesn't look like help is on the way.
Jacksonville's one of a kind.
I heard a story about you. I was wondering if it's true.
Everything you've heard about me is true.
This is 1010XL.
Hey, Hickett here for my friends at ITP Partners. We're facing interesting economic times, right? Dow goes up, Dow goes down, Dow goes up, Dow goes down. Tariffs, I can't make sense of it, but my guys at ITP Partners can. Jacksonville folks taking care of my Jacksonville money, and that is a comforting thing. It's the experience, it's the expertise, it's the knowledge, and it's the openness of Chris Bryan, Jeff Hartman, Reagan Wright, Dan Abel, Janice Cobb, and Reed Wingate. They're always there for me, right? Always there for me. And listen, 3 generations of Hickens have invested at ITP Partners, and they listen, and they give us each individualized strategies where our goals become their priority. It's a great time to get in the game. ITP Partners are always there to help. Chris at ITPPartners.com. Easy to get a hold of, or call 312-9751, 312-9751. They're ITP Partners. They're my financial partners for life.
Jeff Prosser here for Lloyd's Heating and Air. Need a leader for commercial, retail, multifamily, or hospitality projects, or top-tier residential service? No gimmicks, no mascots, just real expertise and hard work. As your trusted statewide mechanical partner and local family-owned team, Lloyd's is the name Northeast Florida counts on. Visit Lloyd'sHeatingandAir.com. Lloyd's Heating and Air, keeping you comfortable in every season.
Frank Frangie here. Nimnick Buick GMC is proud to be the #1 Buick GMC dealer in Jacksonville, earned by treating customers with courtesy, respect, and fairness. All part of Nimnick's Treating You Right guarantee. The most Buicks, GMCs, and Jacksonville's only Car Bravo dealer, nobody but Nimnick. For 3 generations, Nimnick has been the place customers keep coming back to. They treat you right, and they give a bunch back to the community. Visit NimnickBuickGMC.com today to learn more, or visit their showroom off Phillips Highway. GMC, we are professional grade.
The Drill.
From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
Collisions happen on every play in football. Collisions also happen every day on the road. If you need auto body repair, from a $30 job to a $30,000 job, trust San Jose Collision in Mandarin.
Checkmate Coatings. Your floor's missing piece. Premium flooring. Take our advice. Home business, affordable price. Driveways, pool decks, garage doors, beautiful patios, and more to explore. Checkmate Coatings. Your floor's missing piece.
Have you got concrete or asphalt rubble piling up?
Arcosa Crushed Concrete will pay you for it and recycle it. They're just minutes from Everbank Stadium on Talleyrand. Call Arcosa Crushed Concrete and get paid for what you don't need. ArcosaCrushedConcrete.com.
Jimerson Burr is a full-service, Florida-based commercial law firm that has experience and capabilities to handle any legal issue a business is confronted with. Learn more about what they can do for you at jimersonfirm.com.
Weekends were made for sports, and I'll tell you my take on this weekend's most interesting options. 1010XL's Media Mogul Hicken here. Watch for Musing with the Media Mogul on YouTube and Facebook. Made possible by Tucker Equipment Rentals in Neptune Beach.
David Garrard here. I've had the PRP treatment from Southeast Orthopedic Specialists, and my knees are really doing well. Platelet-rich plasma treatment may be the answer for whatever is hurting you.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
My son had a meniscus surgery a couple years ago. When it's smooth as silk, Dr. Kevin Murphy did it. Was playing tennis in 2 weeks. This is Patrick Malarkey, and I highly recommend
Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
The housing market is as busy as ever on the First Coast. And if you've moved in or moved on, make sure you have a team of trained electricians ready to help. American Electrical can make sure you're up to date electrically and maximize your living experience. Smart home automation services, home theater systems, outdoor and dock lighting, and backup generators. American Electrical can do it all. A team you can trust with highly trained technicians ensuring you have the best living experience. American-Electrical.com, a leader on the First Coast and powered by professionalism.
It's the event everyone waits for. Now at Beard's Diamonds. Buy one, get one free on all wedding bands. Now for a limited time, when you buy his wedding band, get hers free. Buy hers, get his free. Save up to $10,000. Are you about to get married or been married for years thinking it's time for an upgrade? There's nothing that symbolizes your love more than the wedding band. Beard's has hundreds and hundreds of bands from top designers in white gold, yellow gold, rose gold, titanium, platinum, plain bands, channel set bands, pave set, eternity bands. And for men, masculine bands, wide, modern, with and without diamonds, hammered, brushed, engraved, lots of colors. Come to Beard's now and find the wedding band that reflects your style and your personality. Buy one, get the second one free. The big box corporate jewelry stores can't or won't do this, but Beard's can. And it's happening now through June 23rd. Buy one wedding band, get the second one free. Don't miss this opportunity to celebrate your eternal love with the eternal symbol. Beard's Diamonds at St. John's Town Center.
Listen all day as 1010XL gives you news, notes, and analysis of organized team activities as they get ready for the upcoming season. Our coverage of OTAs is hoisted by Heroes Lawn Care and Hurricane Grill and Wings.
1010XL is presented by Farrah & Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
All right. Welcome back to the program. Got some special guests in the house right now, so we're going to talk a little bit about the Tristan Bailey Foundation. And they got a special night coming up this week, and we want you to be a part of it. I'm going to tell you right now, right off the rip. They are having on June 4th, which is in 2 days. Today is June 2nd. So June 4th, Wednesday night. Gates open at 6. Jumbo Shrimp in action. It's summertime. You got to find things to do with the kids. And just because we can right here, right now, we're offering you a 4-pack to the Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp game on Wednesday night. If you want to go, just call in right now, 641-1010. Give your email, and we'll get you the tickets, courtesy of the Tristan Bailey Foundation, who are hosting an Angel Family Night. We've got Forrest Bailey. We've got Matt Hinson in here. Forrest, tell us what we did this last year. It was a big success, Angel Family Night. Tell us what that's all about and how you doing, by the way. It's good to see you.
Good to see you,
Good-looking shirt right there, my man.
Nice.
Hey, Pross, this is an updated dress shirt right there
what's
now.
happening.
This isn't just us. This is a little Bailey going big time on us right here.
He knows we got a YouTube camera,
and then there's me.
And then there's you, Davidson
hoodie.
Shows up in a hoodie in the middle of the summer.
Yeah.
It's kind of like me.
Yeah, hoodies.
Got the slobs over here and the GQs over there.
My son had a baseball game up in New York this weekend, and he texted me. He goes, "Oh my God, it's freezing! It's like 45 degrees and it's rainy." And I said 2 words: no hoodies. I hate hoodies in baseball. I know some big leaguers. I hate the hoodies. I don't want it, but I digress. Anyway, so tell us about Wednesday night and Angel Family Night, courtesy of the Tristan Bailey Foundation.
So can I just say, that is like, you are now, it is official. You are the oldest baseball fan in Jacksonville.
Yeah.
And you're just going right down the list.
Yeah.
Bat flip, check.
Yeah.
Gone to the
Yeah.
check.
You're right.
Hoodie, gone.
Yeah. Yeah. Do it right.
By the way, the text line says the Mississippi State pitcher had done that to FSU the previous half.
Don't care.
Okay, I'm just saying.
And you know what? I don't like him either.
I hear you.
Yeah,
no, I'm not right.
I get
the
it.
old two wrongs don't
I
make
know
a
you're
right.
going to defend your team.
No. I'm just saying.
Don't you love the purist of the game? The purist.
I do, but
as you were talking, I just heard that two wrongs don't make a right.
Yeah,
it's coming eventually.
Yeah, two wrongs still at some point. Three wrongs, we'll talk. Right? That seems how we work nowadays. 2 1 do it.
There's
well,
not a
three.
ratio here.
Yeah.
Yes. So anyway, tell us what we're doing on Wednesday night, Angel Family Night. I know what we're doing, but it's a great night, and it's a gathering at the ballpark for some special people.
Absolutely. I mean, it's always a good time to go out to the ballpark. And,
Sure.
They, particularly all the improvements they've put in, everybody who's going is loving it this year. But this is a big opportunity for us and some of the stuff that we do around victims advocacy, just to bring together families that have suffered losses and just have community. Have community together. It's a chance for people to come in, wear their shirts of their loved ones. We got a couple things planned so that, you know, there's a fun way that we'll kind of honor and pick people up. But last year was really successful in people making some connections together, talking with one another. And then we find that the families, you know, they go away from the event and they stay connected with each other and lean on one another.
And I wanted to ask you about that for us. You've lived it, obviously, with what happened to Tristan. So tell me from that perspective, because none of us, we shudder to even think about it. You've lived it. Now you're visiting with people who have gone through what you've gone through. How did that help? How does that help you?
It's a tremendous help.
Okay.
You know, I would actually encourage you, don't think about it, because the reality of having that loss, I had a friend years ago who lost his son, and what I thought, I mean, the reality is far worse. You know, so it's one of those things when you know somebody, you just actually ask them about their kid, you ask them how they're doing, you know, but you can't really kind of go to that place. It's not a comparable loss. So we've been doing this on a regular basis. The things like the Jumbo Shrimp are just a phenomenal opportunity for us to bring a bunch of things together. But like even this Friday, we're going out and we started something, First Fridays, where, you know, a couple of the other dads and I got together and we said, hey, First Fridays every month, you know, we're going to go somewhere, people come together, just so that we can talk to each other, lean on each other. I think this week we're at Hurricanes on.
I think a lot of people listening understand the concept of a small group and are involved in them in one way or the other, whether it's friends or other, you know, reasons to get together. And
very casual. And, you know, the great thing is you get together and it can be very difficult living normal life and having those normal life feelings and stuff like that. So it's actually great for us to get together, laugh with one another, have fun with one another, and then, you know, go through and say, hey, how are you coping? How are you guys doing? And stuff like that. So it's like going to church and finding people to lean on with faith.
Yeah, I'll just say this from the years of, you know, meetings and interactions we've had. It takes a special base, special character to take the worst thing in the world that could ever happen to you and find positive impact out of it. Not positiveness. There's nothing positive about what you went through, but impact can be. And what you're able to explain to us for everyone to hear, well, there's 8 or 10 or 12 other dudes that were a part of these meetings and stuff that maybe they reached 2 people that aren't in yours. And then, you know, that's what happens, right?
That's exactly it. It is an element of pain into purpose. It's, you know, we all have that 1 or 2 other people that we know, or sometimes 6 or 10 or whatever. But you experience losses in different ways. You know, we know there's a lot of people we talk to that, you know, it's through illness, traffic accident seems to be a big way. for us, the violence in which we lost our daughter is uncommon, but, we've gotten to know a lot of people that have lost their kids through violence. So there's a myriad of different ways. And also a lot of people who are suffering, where there were, pregnancies and it was lost in the process of being born, and all of these things they leave a mark. And so a chance for people to come together, go on with each other, lean on one another. And I think on Wednesday we also have fireworks too. So, I mean, it's finding those ways to.
Yeah, sure. Absolutely.
Well, it's not
not just survive, but thrive. You thrive.
It's bringing the
thriving through something.
It's bringing the community together, not just for them to get to know each other, but also for them to be able to celebrate the lives of the children they lost.
Also a good point.
And Forrest is not going to like me saying this, but I'm going to say it.
Okay.
Because he doesn't take positive things well sometimes. But honestly, Forrest and his family, are the strongest people I've ever met. And I genuinely mean that.
No, I mean,
and the things that they've done for other folks, and also the Googans out there that are listening, and what they've done to support this foundation, and what they've done to support events like this that are happening on Wednesday, which is an amazing event. It's a ton of fun.
Right.
And one thing that's going to happen.
Nothing wrong with
Wednesday,
a night at the ballpark.
Yeah, one thing that's going to happen on Wednesday, there's going to be a first pitch.
Right.
And we actually had a tryout last week. A tryout.
Matt won.
No, Matt didn't. No, Matt didn't win. I believe that that Tristan's niece Grayley may have won.
I think that's the latest. Now she's 6, so that's going to be a game time.
She was able to get home plate a lot. She was able to get it home plate a lot better than I was.
Better than you.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Poor Baxley. Genetically challenged.
I'll be sure she's not wearing a hoodie.
No hoodie. I don't care how cold it is. Thank you. In fact, let's do this while we have them here. We gave away one 4-pack.
Okay.
Let's give away another 4-pack.
Let's do it.
It's coming up. So again, 6.
When is the game? 2 nights.
Wednesday.
Okay.
Wednesday
Awesome.
night. So gates open at 6. Games, I think, by 7. Right? Is it 7 o'clock?
7:05.
Yeah, 7:05.
7:05.
641-1010. A family 4-pack available for you to Wednesday nights. Jumbo Shrimp. Call in if you want to go. And
by the way, good people, fun people.
Yeah.
We're not going to we're going to a party.
Yeah, it's fun.
A baseball party.
This is a fun time.
And you said fireworks as well. You guys have really hit the ground running with your foundation, Joe. Though you've done so many different things, and just you've given us some examples. Give us another example of what you guys are trying to do for us.
But before we do that, I have one thing I want to point out.
Are you running the show now?
No, I'm not. But I'm going to point one thing out before we move on to the next thing.
This was a little easier
Daniel.
last time when he was sick and
I'm about to rub
Wally Pippin him.
Go ahead.
Aside from the Jumbo Shrimp.
Yes, sir.
All the other sports teams here in town have also helped out. We've had events with the Icemen and the Sharks. I know you're going to have Gibby on it a little bit at 9.
Yeah.
They've been great. They are allowing us to set up a table out front.
Okay.
And they've just been fantastic. By the way, if you don't know, they're playing the Rattlers on Saturday.
Look at you.
You should be there.
Yeah.
You should
Arizona.
be there.
Yeah.
Coming
It's
to town.
a big game.
Yeah.
Big game, but it's a ton of fun. If you've never been to a game, I've got my season tickets.
Oh, okay.
If you've never been to it,
they're
a
fun.
game, it's
Yeah.
a blast. But
All right.
support our local sports teams because they're supporting us.
They really
they're
we
supporting
have a
Jacksonville.
very healthy, awesome.
I'll allow
minor
it.
league.
Okay. The interruption was allowed.
All right. So anyway, tell us the types of impacts that you're trying to make with the Tristan Bailey Foundation. TBstrong.org, by the way. Is that right?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. A big thing that we're working on is furthering our character development. So like yesterday, there was a cheer association. I think we had like 600 cheerleaders.
Wow.
And we presented an award, for in Tristan's name. But we're also developing out that pillar, and we're going to have like a conference type day event for people. Going to bring in about 80 kids across the county with the hopes of growing those things on character development. I think a lot of the big things we've talked to you guys about is the social media. I mean, for all of us right now, our kids are out there and they have these devices in their hands, and there's a lot of use, there's a lot of purpose, there's a lot of good things, but man, can there be some...
And there's more and more scary with the AI and the fake photos and this, that, and the other. I mean, you're better off just to get a rotary phone, gang. Hey, kiddos.
Yeah,
save yourself.
To the flip phone.
Yeah, save yourself the drama and the headache. It's coming.
Yeah. See, you are old school, too.
I guess so.
Well,
I will let them wear a hoodie, though.
Yeah,
they can even put They can even put Bluetooth speakers in the hoodie. I'll even allow that.
All right.
Anyway, it's great to see you.
Good seeing you.
Thank you for all that you do. Again, guys, and by the way, if you don't get the tickets, and we're going to give away a few more 4-packs, you can still go. It's Wednesday night, right? And
you can buy tickets on our website.
Okay, tbstrong.org.
tbstrong.org.
It's a beautiful site, by the way. You guys have done a nice bang-up job here on this deal here.
Shiny objects.
Yeah. It says right here, get tickets.
There you go.
Real easy to do.
It's as simple as we can do
that. So you can get tickets through the website. You can go to the game, support the game. Angel Family Night coming up Wednesday. Forrest promises fireworks afterwards, too.
That's what I heard from Matt, that it
I'll
was a
bring
finance.
Roman candles if they don't have it. All right, we'll set them off in the outfield. Yeah.
Matt Henson, good to see you.
Good to see you.
Forrest,
Good to see you
good
guys.
to see you guys,
Yeah.
man. Appreciate you
Awesome.
guys.
Keep up
Appreciate
the good
all
work.
that you do. From the rest of us, God bless. Continue on. And thank you for all that you do in our community.
I have one last comment.
Yes, sir. Is this about the Cubs?
No.
Okay.
No, I don't want to do that to you.
All right.
In all seriousness.
Okay.
This month has been 2 years since you guys first brought us on. This is a 2-year, and you brought us on every month for 2 years. You've done more for this foundation than you know. We appreciate both you and Jeff
Yeah.
for everything you've done for us.
Done nothing.
And the Googans that are out there listening.
The Googans. There you go.
And all
They'll
the support.
respond for us. Yeah.
It's done amazing things for the foundation, and it's caused a lot of other lives to be changed for the better.
Good. Well, let's
So
keep
thank
it
you.
up.
In
Many
fact,
more to come.
As we head to break,
Another 4?
one more 4-pack.
Let's
Hey,
do it.
bro, you working me, bro.
I know. I'm sorry.
He's
Working.
641-1010. Just call in with your email. 15 4-packs each. This is the drill. On
10-minute
XL.
drill when we come back on the other side.
There are 4 seasons: winter, spring, summer, and Jags football.
To the 5, into the end zone, touchdown!
Jaguar football lives here. 1010XL, home of the Jaguars.
4. Guys, want a golf course fairway quality lawn? TopDressing.com just landed in Jacksonville with the golf course secret for St. Augustine grass homeowners. A patented process that aerates and turns your turf into a fairway stunner. Serious golf course technology, but in your yard. Less water, tighter cuts, total neighborhood domination. No one else scores a perfect 10 lawn. Hit TopDressing.com now. You will own the block. Top dress your yard like the pros with TopDressing.com.
Denny Thompson here. If you haven't heard, Tyson Sound and Security has a house built right inside their showroom, showcasing complete home automation and security systems. You have to see it to believe it. This setup can recognize intruders who approach your door and alerts them to leave if there's a break-in. Keep your family safe with the most state-of-the-art technology. Tyson Sound and Security, your security, home theater, and home automation experts. New showroom at 3555 U.S. Highway 17 in Fleming Island.
The Drill.
From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
As a law enforcement officer, safe roads are one of my top priorities, ensuring everyone can get home safely each day. Some never will, due to aggressive driving, being distracted, or speeding on the roads. And too often, that results in the toughest part of my job and the longest walk in my life. I'm so sorry. I have some very sad news to share with you.
9 people will be killed on our Florida roadways today. Don't let it be you or a person you love. Buckle up every trip, every time. Let's get everyone home safely. A message from Florida Department of Transportation, Target Zero. For more information, visit targetzerofl.com.
A lot of companies will tell you they're the best. At Custom Tree Surgeons, they show you every time. Custom Tree Surgeons has built an all-pro team. Every tree service professional has years of experience, continually trained and certified. They know what, when, and how to handle any job. It gets done efficiently and quickly by a team of experts. So for tree trimming, removal, stump grinding, and emergency services, forget any name other than Custom Tree Surgeons. There is no job they can't do better. Go to our website, CustomTreeSurgeons.com. That's CustomTreeSurgeons.com. And let them show you how the job is supposed to get done.
I'm Stacy, and I want to tell you about my fogged up window fiasco at my house. I called up Mac at Baker Glass. He told me all I needed was a glass replacement. The process was so easy. All within a few days, they came out, measured, called me with an estimate, cut my glass, and came out to install the new ones. Now my view outside is fog-free thanks to Mac and his crew at Baker Glass. And my neighbors think I got some fancy new windows.
I'm Mac with Baker Glass. No one treats you better.
Give us your hot take. Pop quiz, hot shot. On the 1010XL text line, designed by Lifetime Enclosures.
You know what I'm saying? Well, I'm awake and I speak English, so yeah, I do know what you're saying.
Be part of the conversation. 641-1010.
Jumbo Shrimp Baseball is home this week at the newly renovated ViStar Ballpark. Tomorrow is Canines and Crustaceans Dog Day presented by Forever Vets Animal Hospital, followed by Wear It Home Wednesday t-shirt giveaway. Then it's Pride Night presented by ViStar and River City Pride on Coors Light Thursday. Don't miss fireworks Friday and Saturday. Baseball all weekend. Tickets start at just $5. JackShrimp.com for tickets. Jumbo Shrimp Baseball, affordable family fun.
Pickett here with lots more on George Moore Chevrolet. Hey, Justin Moore, what are you doing in our commercial?
Dan, this Moore just wanted to remind folks of vehicles less than $20,000 on our lot. Or you can always go more with our Silverado EV.
I have my boy Blue, that beautiful Gator Blue Silverado. Love it. And that service department, second to none. Let's just say it means more to Gabe and the boys who take great care of us.
Not to mention, we do more for the community. We love Jacksonville. Been around these parts since 1986.
George Moore Chevrolet. Need I say more?
Want a simple way to boost your company's image without a big renovation? A fresh paint job in your brand's colors can increase recognition up to 80%. At Performance Painting, we help companies stand out with clean, on-brand finishes that impress clients and energize employees. From color consultations to low-odor coatings that won't disrupt operations, we've got you covered. Visit performance-painting.com to schedule a friendly estimate. Performance Painting. Repair, protect, preserve.
Performance Painting.
Right now, they're on their way to disrupt your life, make you uncomfortable, and rob you. Don't bother calling the police. They can't help. That's right. Summer heat and humidity are about to attack North Florida again. You know what to do. Call Mike Merritt. Mike Merritt's Heating and Air has a license to chill. When heat and humidity are attacking you, Mike Merritt provides a comfortable chill at a bargain price. Mike has been keeping North Florida comfortable for 30 years. Mike Merritt technicians are never paid commissions, meaning you'll never be pressured to buy something you don't need. And Mike Merritt knows cooling issues can arise anytime. They don't just happen during business hours. So Mike Merritt never charges overtime fees. When you need us, we're here for you. Remember, in the fight against heat and humidity, Mike Merritt has a license to chill. Visit merrittair.com. Florida license number CACO 50384.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Now, the 10-minute drill.
This is a big one.
On 1010XL.
Let's go.
We got sports concepts. We got sports rationalizations coming your way. It's called the 10-minute drill. At the end of the drill, we like to hand out a prize pack. Special prize pack today, courtesy of the Jumbo Shrimp. We continue to hand out that 4-pack of tickets. We got 2 more to give away at 641-1010, but that's after the 10-minute drill.
When is it?
After.
That's right.
Is that correct, E?
After the 10-minute drill.
Okay. Hey, did you see this stat that in downtime I talked a little bit about how bad the Rockies were?
Yeah, 9-50. I mentioned that earlier. They've already been the Dailies double take. They've been the downtime.
It's just amazing for all of us.
It's pitiful.
But did you see?
It's unacceptable.
Did you see since May 2nd?
Yeah. What Scottie has as many wins?
Scottie has
They each have 3.
3 wins in 4 tournaments, and the Rockies have 3 wins.
Yeah. It's there's no. They've got a locker full of losers. Your team, your organization is full of losers.
Yeah,
I don't care what level you are. If you're taking the field every night, if you played Babe Ruth baseball, high school baseball, and college baseball, and you're going out every night and you're accepting losing every night at the professional level, you got a bunch of losers, dude. It's time to fire them all and start over.
Oh, boy.
And I'm not saying they're not getting help and that they're not being run poorly. They are. But I don't care who you are. There is no top level of professional men's sports that you should be 9-50 if you have competitors, if you got dogs in your organization. I mean, we're not talking about your typical sad sack 57 and 102. We're not talking about that sad sack. We're talking about winning 35 games in a year. It's just 9-50, dude. Come on, man.
Ben Shelton had a heck of a match against Carlos Alcaraz yesterday at the French Open 4th round. Played 3 hours and 19 minutes. Ended up losing. Lost the first set 6-7, 10-8 in the tiebreak. Then lost the second set 3-6. Won the third set 6-4, but lost the fourth set 4-6. So
Shelton's very good.
Yeah.
I think here's what he feels like to me.
Mm-hmm.
He feels like he's going to just keep tilting at that windmill, and he'll win one Grand Slam in his career.
That kind of sounds about right.
That's what it
He's
feels
22.
Yes, and
I
he's
think.
good.
Yeah.
But somebody in 2 years will come along better.
He hits.
And Alcaraz is better than him. He's going to have to dodge him or beat him in a major.
He hits tennis ball extremely
lefty
hard.
too, so he gets a little bit of a little bit. It's a little bit different, right?
Yeah.
And maybe it's more than one. I guess what I'm trying to say is I feel like he's going to win a major, but he also feels like that longtime pro who goes to a number of major finals and is a good player but only wins one. That's what it feels like with Ben Shelton, former Gator, by the way, NCAA champion.
He won. He went to Gainesville Buchholz.
And doesn't he have a famous dad or no?
Yeah, Brian Shelton was his coach at Florida and played on the professional tennis circuit for a lot of years.
I think Brian Shelton may have also played at Florida. Was he not there when I was there?
I don't think so. I think he went to Tech.
Okay.
So
Georgia Tech?
Yeah, I should say that.
No,
it's the Georgia Institute of Technology. Is that correct?
Whatever Holmes says goes.
What does he say?
Tech.
Tech? Well, then I said Tech, and you said, okay.
Well, I had to make sure it's Georgia Tech because I know when he says Tech who he's talking about.
Could I have meant Virginia
They're really,
Tech?
I don't, can
Texas
you though?
Tech.
Yeah.
Louisiana Tech.
If you say Tech in this country, who wins?
Georgia Tech.
Georgia Tech would? Like at all four corners. You went anywhere. You went from Oregon to Miami and from, Portsmouth, Maine to San Diego. San Diego, I like to call it. And you said, hey, man, what time does Tech play?
Yeah,
they would think Georgia Tech. It depends on where you're. Now, look, Texas Tech will get some. Virginia Tech would be third, right? No,
I got one more.
A Tech?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think this one could MIT. Said in a different way. Massachusetts Institute of Technology.
Oh, yeah, that's never Massachusetts Tech.
It's not Tech, but I mean, it has a Tech in it.
Oh, no, well, that's a bigger. I'm not saying it's not a bigger boy. I'm just saying as a sports fan that when somebody says Tech is playing Oklahoma today, who do you think?
Does any school with Texas get credit for Tech?
No.
Texas?
No.
Okay. Just ask.
Wait, yes. Texas Tech. Yes, they do.
How's Florida Tech? They got anything?
Florida Tech is a.
What about Florida Institute of Technology?
I think that is also Florida Tech.
Well, ITT Tech.
Oh.
ITT Tech does not have a program.
Oh, dear.
So that'll be hard.
Anyway.
PFF is projecting the Jaguars' offensive line.
Talk to me, brother. Give me some good news.
Got the hamsters. Right now, the hamsters are in the warm-up TV timeout right now. The hamsters are getting my computer whirling here. I had it up before, but I made the huge mistake of going to a different page on the computer screen here. And now, having gone back, I am in it's giving me a page unresponsive, wait or close prompty. That's what it's telling me.
Wait or close.
I don't like either one of those.
Yeah,
we're doing fast-moving morning radio.
Yeah, we need it. We need it now.
You're giving me wait or close. What do you make of Kyle Pitts and his availability? And is that worth a third-day draft pick, 1-year flyer?
Yeah.
Yeah. Would you expect Jacksonville to give a call?
No, he's not there.
Where would that rank on needed, additions? That's a
Depends who
luxury.
you ask. If you ask Eric Armstead, you don't need it at all.
Yeah. Ask Trevor Lawrence, he'd probably take it.
Yeah. I don't know what happened with Kyle Pitts, man.
I don't either. And
That
I watched
kid was unbelievable in college.
I never trusted that lanky speed that dominated college to translate.
Well,
he makes big plays. He still gets downfield, but he just is. It's always very disconcerting when a guy's best year is his first year. I mean, his best year was his first year. Although I will say this, there was another tight end that joined the Jaguars who had a good first year and then basically disappointed and came here and rediscovered himself. Evan Ingram.
Yeah,
I bet you Evan Ingram's career numbers look a lot like Kyle Pitts at this point.
Yeah, Kyle Pitts has been. I'll tell you what was
he's a bust. I mean,
I tell you what was damning with Kyle Pitts, and I know you saw this when they showed the video of him running routes.
He's just circling all over the place,
jogging down the. Oh God!
Yeah,
remember that?
Yep,
that was hideous.
No bueno.
Now, his first year was still his best.
Yeah, That's what I said. His first year was his best year.
68 and 1,000 yards.
Like significantly better. His only 1,000-yard season. He only scored. He hadn't been a touchdown scorer.
No.
Which, as a big tight end, you'd expect him to be. Why is he not Jimmy Graham? Why is he not going up on jump balls? Why is he not? He's not been that athlete that he was in college. Brock Bowers is a million times better.
Yeah.
I mean, Kyle Pitts went higher than Brock Bowers. Kyle Pitts in the SEC had a better year than Brock Bowers ever had.
Yeah.
For 1 year.
Yeah.
But
yet to put it in context, Kyle Pitts is eons better productivity-wise than De'Ami Brown, who everybody here is excited about.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
You feel me? I mean, that's true,
Yeah,
right?
different position, but totally fair. I think De'Ami Brown, we're going to know by like mid-season.
You know De'Ami Brown's career high is in catches?
Yeah, it's like 22 or something.
30.
Yeah.
For 300 yards, by the way.
No, he had as good a postseason last year as some of his other regular seasons.
Yeah.
And is that just the be-all, end-all? What the Jaguars will tell you is the offensive coordinator that De'Ami Brown had is this his fourth year?
This is his fifth year coming up.
Fifth year. That the offensive coordinator he had for the first 3 years was not on the same page and what he had. I don't know, but again, that's the Jaguars' perspective.
Well, sure.
So
I got no problem with it. I'm just pointing it out. That
I think what surprised you is it feels more like that should be a 1 year, $5 million signing, not 1 year, $10 million, because that might keep you from picking up Kyle Pitts. I don't know. And Kyle Pitts is not a huge need, but I'd be intrigued just to have another guy to throw out there. I'd rather it be him than these tight ends from nowhere we signed. I don't even remember their names by now.
You know, guys, the Jags are
Hunter
back.
Long.
The Jags are back on the practice field today.
Okay. When is the mini camp? The end of the week?
This week's OTAs.
Okay.
Mini camp
13th?
is next week, I believe.
Okay.
Anyway, back on the and it's interesting in the transition phase, sort of, that two guys have been kind of haven't said a lot, and I don't think that we'll really say anything until we see them do their thing. But because Gladstone was in the limelight, right? And Tony's been out there, right? So it's been Gladstone, it's been Tony, and then you have Travis Hunter, right? All kinds of things going on. Travis Hunter's far and away. But it's Liam Cohen's team. Remember, we're a coach-centric franchise, according to Tony Baselli.
No, and they've continued to say that, even though
this
Gladstone
is going to be
speaks a lot this time.
coach-centric. Well, I think Gladstone now is
pulling back a little.
And Cohen is going out there. So it's Cohen's team. This is Cohen's time now.
That's just like it's John Harbaugh's team and everyone's.
But yet we really won't know much about Cohen in terms of coaching until we see him coaching. Until we see his offense. Until we see what he's able to do.
Until we have that first Monday where why did we do this?
Yeah.
Why did we do that?
Yeah.
Why didn't we call this timeout? Why didn't we go for 2 there? Why did we onside kick? Why?
Yeah.
Never is going to happen. We ain't going 17-0 with 20-point wins every week.
No.
And I think I have misplaced optimism more foolishly in the past than where I am right now.
Mm-hmm.
I think optimism has got a better chance of thriving this year compared to some other foolishly optimistic, sunshine pumping kind of projections where you're trying to make a lineup with Blaine Gabbert and Mike Sims-Walker look like it might win 8 games. We're so beyond that. We have so much more that the ceiling brings so much better than other ceilings have ever given us that opportunity that I got this, there's nothing earth shattering here.
Mm-hmm.
It would be an offensive line with a grand total of 2 different starters. But
talk to me.
This Pro Football Focus projecting the Jags starting offensive and defensive lineups.
Mm-hmm.
On the O-line, it's Walker and Harrison maintain at a tackle with Cleveland and McCarry at guard, Robert Hainsey, the new center.
Mm-hmm.
Look, we got to get some pads. I think this is an open competition. I think they got 7-8 guys down there, and I think Tony and the boys are going to say, look, if you win the job, you're getting the job. I don't care what round you were drafted or how long you've been here.
Okay.
And we need that.
Okay.
So I don't care if Fred Johnson comes in and it's proven that the Eagles' 5th best tackle is better than our best one, then play him. I think that's their mentality.
So what were they rated?
Well, I don't know if they're rated. It was just telling us who's going to play.
I thought you were saying they were.
Yeah, no, this is projecting who the actual starters are going to be, and I don't have the list of the offensive line rankings. I'm sure they're coming this week.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing really surprising there. Is there another spot that can be taken in that left guard? I mean, Yes or no right now? Is Wyatt Milam starting on opening day? See, I think yes.
Okay.
If not at Cleveland's spot, then one of the two tackle spots.
I'll say this: he's not a tackle. You keep trying.
I know. He's
not going to start a tackle. I would say this: it would be great for the Jags if he did, because that means he's ready to go, and he's so that would be, and he's better than what we have. What we have isn't awful. I'll continue to maintain that. I don't agree with all the pundits and all the people who tell me how bad the offensive line is. I don't agree. I don't think they were great. I think they were middle of the road, average at best, which, is what it is. But so were everybody else on that offense. All right, let's do this. We're heading to the 8 o'clock hour. I want to talk when we come back about something in the broadcast industry that enough's enough, okay? We'll do that when we come back. We got more ahead. 641-1010. Come kind, come courteous, come correct. Tell them what they're going to win.
Oh, we're gonna hook them up with some more another 4-pack, right?
Yeah, this is for Wednesday night.
Wednesday night, another 4-pack courtesy of the Tristan Bailey Foundation.
Mm-hmm.
I'll at your boy 904-641-1010.
Picture a man going on a journey beyond sight and sound.
Picture a journey with 1010XL.
Get this thing unwrapped here. Duval!
Praz, what in the world are you doing working on your Duval?
That's right, man. I really identify with Duval.
You live in St. John's County, knucklehead.
I mean the Duval sub, the Daily Dash Duval. Turkey, ham, melted cheddar, and habanero jack cheeses. Lettuce, tomato, crispy and fresh, like me. I'm sure there's a Daily Dash sub that sums you up.
The boss.
Because, of course,
oven roasted beef, Munster cheese, roasted mushrooms, caramelized onions. It's the boss of all subs. Only available for me.
That's just not true.
What do you mean? I walked in the other day, screamed, "You know it!" and said, "A boss for a boss."
Well, no matter who you are, there is a Daily Dash sandwich or sub for you.
Go find yours. They may even make you a boss.
I'm sure they will, because it is Daily Dash.
Where more is better.
And you got that right.
Hi, this is Dale Murray with Murray Automotive Group in Stark and Kingsland. Save yourself from those big city dealers and their fast-talking flim-flam tactics. No matter what your automotive need is, we've got you covered. Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and nobody beats our prices. And I mean nobody. Shazam! Plus our exclusive 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty included on every qualified vehicle. And we'll trade anything from AirPods to fishing rods. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com. Then come see me, Dale Murray. I'll be waiting for you. Shazam!
Storms don't wait, so why should you? Protect your home and your wallet with Universal Roof and Contracting. Save 15% on roof replacements and repairs now through June 30th. And financing is available with payments as low as $115. Call 855-ROOF-HELP for your free inspection. Universal Roof and Contracting. Protecting your home, building your trust. License number CCC 057165, CBC 125-8484.
UniversalRoof.com. The Drill at the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
Man, jack of all trades, masters of none? It just feels like at every turn nowadays, every company can do all work. Not us. Hi, Stevie Beechurst here, second-generation plumber right here in Jacksonville, Florida. We are your master plumbing company that only focuses on all your plumbing needs. So for your next plumbing job, don't call another Jack. Call Beechurst Plumbing, where plumbing is what we do, and plumbing is what we're great at. Beechurst Plumbing, here to help.
The flagship station of the Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Hey, Jacksonville Hicken here. I've been around the block or two, and Checkmate Coatings is who I'd call for my own place. They're my new MVP for stunning, long-lasting floors.
Brendan here with Checkmate Coatings. No massive overhead means top prices on top-quality pool decks, driveways, garages, and patios, too.
Visit CheckmateCoatings.com today. Checkmate Coatings, your floor's missing piece.
Checkmate Coatings, your floor's missing piece.
She's Seen and heard all over 1010XL's video and social channels.
Whether the big cats are at the bank or on the road, I'm there too. Follow my updates all season long, on air and online.
All things Mia are driven by Arlington Toyota.
Here at the Almond Joy Factory, where tropical vibes abound, we use soft, fresh-tasting coconut.
The crunchiest almonds and delicious chocolate candy.
Ah, but do you know what our most important ingredient is? Sometimes you feel like a nut.
Sometimes you don't.
Almond Joy's got nuts and something even way better than that. Yes, Almond Joy is made with almonds and joy.
Hey, say goodbye to glasses and contacts with customized vision treatments at Bowden Eye & Associates. Hick it here from my friends at Bowden Eye. Dr. Bowden and his expert team bring you the latest options. Evo implantable Collamer lenses, refractive lens exchange, or traditional LASIK. Tailored just for you. Imagine waking up to clear vision, no hassle, no fuss. Are you ready to see the difference? It's easy. Call now or visit BowdenEye.com for a free screening. Bowden Eye & Associates. They're keeping the First Coast focused.
Spring has sprung, and so have the bugs. It's Hayes Carline, and my friends at Kingfish Pest Control offer an exclusive $99 spring special. That's right, your initial pest control service is just $99. And if you call today, they'll include a free one-time mosquito treatment. Kingfish Pest Control is family-owned, 5-star rated with no binding contracts, and 100% satisfaction guarantee. Call them now to book your service. Only at Kingfish Pest Control, proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Life is about choices and the decisions you make. I'm David Robbins with Epstein & Robbins. If you're convicted of a DUI, you'll have to face severe consequences. Walking through the doors of the courthouse or appearing at a bond hearing can be extremely intimidating. Without the right lawyer, you're likely to make the wrong decision. Let our team help you make the right decisions in court. Epstein & Robbins, the right choice.
Epstein & Robbins, fighting for your rights since 1975.
Hacker here for Awaken 180 Weight Loss. You know, being in the maintenance program now with Awaken 180 Weight Loss has been great. After losing well over 100 pounds, I still meet with my coach now once a month, get the guidance that I need so the weight doesn't come back on. Losing the weight was fantastic, but honestly, keeping the weight off has been as rewarding. It is phenomenal. Awaken 180 has absolutely changed my life. In fact, I'm going on a cruise next week. I'm even going to do formal night to take some of those photos. I would have never done that 100 pounds ago. With Awaken 180 Weight Loss, now I'm not afraid of the camera anymore. Again, absolutely life-changing. If it's time for you to make that change like it was for me, go to awaken180weightloss.com. That's awaken180weightloss.com or call 844-346-1800. If I can do it, you can do it. Awaken 180 Weight Loss.
Here's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update, sponsored by Lone Pronto. Florida baseball season ended just shy of a third consecutive College World Series appearance, falling 11-4 to East Carolina on Sunday in the Conway, South Carolina Regional. Costly walks and errors sealed their fate in the elimination game. Scottie Scheffler dominated the 2025 Memorial Tournament, securing a 4-shot victory with a 2-under-70 in the final round. His performance ensured he never lost the lead, making him the only repeat winner of the Memorial alongside Tiger Woods. The Gwinnett Stripers capped off the week with a 4-1 win over the Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp on Sunday at Coolray Field. 6 Striper pitchers combined to allow just 1 run on 3 hits in the series finale, securing their second straight victory. That's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update. I'm Sam Nelson.
Currently it's 8:08 and it's 71 degrees. Your time and your temp is brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cool with Bueller.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
All right, welcome back. Just a broadcast note from yours truly. Look, I get the end of an era at TNT, but they're all going to ESPN and they're all together and they hired all the same people. So It's not the end of an era. It's just we're moving.
I was saying the same
I mean,
thing.
the goodbye's enough already.
All
My
the
gosh,
crying
they've been
and all
doing it
of
for
that.
2 years, man.
Right.
It's ridiculous. It's.
Did I hear they dropped F-bombs at the end of the show?
Shaq did, yeah.
Shaq
Made the
does.
air?
Yeah.
Do we not have a bleep button anymore? That's just where we are now? You can just say
Or-
the F word
or-
on...
Yes.
Yeah?
I
I didn't
mean,
know that. Okay.
You don't watch McAfee? I mean,
I don't... They say the F word on
Yes.
McAfee?
Oh, my
he told.
goodness.
He told. I saw him the other day tell John Cougar Mellencamp to shut the F up. Said it straight out. The ridiculousness of what we got
Wildin'.
going on. But yeah,
daytime TV off the chain.
I just
though.
got this feeling that these guys, I'm talking about Shaq and Chuck and Ernie and Kenny, are going to make it difficult, and it's not going to be the same thing on ESPN. And whatever they do to help them, it's still not going to be the same.
I don't know. I can't watch ESPN. I can't watch them. I can't watch the pre, half, and post on ESPN.
Oh, yeah, I get that.
I will watch with those
I get
dudes.
that.
Although I don't watch any pre, half, or post unless my team's playing
Yeah.
on TNT.
I watched
that
a lot.
horse has been well ridden because you got a team.
I watched a lot of
Yeah.
it this particular time.
And you
I'm
had
the
them.
same
They
as
were
you.
your network.
Yes.
Because ESPN had the Western Conference.
Right. TNT had the East. And
I
so-
disagree with again, maybe not today's not today, but I disagree with Jalen Brunson. No, this is not the core that can win. They need either a better two guy or they need a third guy who's more like Siakam than Anunoby.
I don't know. It's the first.
I don't think they can win with this team.
I think the worst thing to do would be to. Here's what I'll say. The GM of Leon Rose has done a terrific job with this club, and we've gone a little further each year. I was really disappointed on Friday with the way we played. None of the guys even played that well, and the defense was poor. I knew we were dead.
Didn't seem urgent. That's kind of
Scored
what
too
we
many
said.
points, and anyway. But I trust the guy. He's done a great job. So let's see what evolves. Now, part of me sitting there thinking, boy, if we hadn't traded for Bridges this year, we can go get Antetokounmpo. But we don't have the assets to get Antetokounmpo right now, I don't think.
Want to take Cat and first rounders.
We don't have first rounders.
No.
We sent them all
Yeah, I
for
don't know.
Bridges.
I'm
And
just
we
saying
signed him to an
what-
extension this summer. And I don't know. So it'll be interesting to see what they do. I think in this day and age, you do give them. I'm okay with that group. It's a group that's going to be in the playoffs. It's a group that's going to win 50-plus games.
Here's the buyer
as long
beware
as they stay healthy.
from me. I can use personal experience.
Mhm.
I had a team that also had a clutch guard who was coming into its own. That had a deep roster that went to the finals against the Bucks and without an injury may have made their first NBA finals. And they too thought the core is keep the core together. And 5 years later, I'm in the play-in every year.
What
you know,
happened?
They just weren't as good. They just two things happened, and I don't want to keep beating this because it sounds like I've discovered something. Two things happened. Each team was led by a little guy.
Mhm.
You know, it's just hard to carry when things happen. And Brunson's better than Trae Young. I'm not trying to say they're the same guy, but they're both very good players. And guys just didn't take a next step. Like when Brunson says, "Here's why I don't think, Dan." There's no one on that team they're all at their ceiling. Like you have finished products across your roster. No one's going to suddenly be better.
Yeah.
So, and this is as good as you could be, it feels like.
Yeah.
And that wasn't good enough to beat the Pacers. Not the Cavs or the Celtics are a good team on a good run. I know you beat the Celtics in the postseason. So that's what would scare me. I think, personally, you need a better two than Towns, or more rationally, got to be better at that three. You know, Bridges needs to be Siakam. I think that's the difference in that series. Really.
Or OG does.
Or OG, one of them. And they're not going to be. So trade them both for a dude.
I don't know. Anyway, my favorite moment of the entire night was when the Pacers were celebrating and Ernie decided to hand out the Larry Bird trophy and dumb A Halliburton starts walking forward because he's going to win it. And Pascal Siakam.
Yeah, that was cringy.
I was
man.
like, yeah.
That was cringy.
Yeah. I like that a lot.
Yeah, that was
all I got.
That was
Hey,
cringy.
Jeff, I saw something. I'll ask you, and Dad, you can answer this as well. It's an NBA question. They're saying that, like, the year of, like, the big threes, like, the time of big threes are gone. Now they're all about, like, how both OKC and, for the most part, Indianapolis are guys who they drafted outside of, like, the Siakams, Halleys, and somebody else. They're They're homegrown and drafted players. And OKC is pretty much like that too. A bunch of young players that they drafted, that they built that core. What do y'all think about that?
I think OKC for sure. They're the poster child to build it through your own assets. But I'll remind you, Shea Gill just came in a trade.
Correct.
And as for Indiana, their two best players aren't homegrown. They traded Sabonis for Halliburton, and they traded
somebody for
whatever idiot at Toronto accepted the deal. They took nothing for Siakam. I don't know they traded for that one. So they're not as homegrown maybe as Oklahoma City, but it is worth reminding. Now, in fairness, I think when you find a guy as a prospect and you trade for him after his rookie year and he emerges into a great player, I almost give you as much credit as drafting him.
Right.
Like when you trade for, like, Siakam's a finished product.
Siakam.
Where
is he the most underappreciated?
Shea Gill just wasn't. I think he might be.
Yeah.
When he's healthy, he's probably better than we give him credit
for every team that he's played for.
Yeah, he's a good player.
I hate him. I hate everybody with Indiana. Hate him.
Yeah, that.
I hope OKC beats them 4 straight.
Can you answer this football?
And I won't watch a minute of it either.
You guys answer this football strategy.
I'll watch the Stanley Cup Finals instead.
Can you guys answer this football strategy, this game planning thing? Because one thing I've learned is everyone on the text line knows a lot more about football than I do.
That's a fact.
I make sense of this for me. This blanket statement. If Ingram didn't fit Cohen's scheme, then Pitts definitely doesn't. Somebody make sense of that for me. Was there ever talk that Ingram didn't fit Cohen's scheme? Yeah, that's why y'all think they let him go?
Only in this respect. They like a bigger blocking tight end than
they like to have one. But Evan Ingram they don't want to pay the money on a 31-year-old tight end. They'd rather just move along, I think, is probably more. And by the way, I don't think Pitts and Ingram don't seem like the same guy to me.
Just in the respect they're not blockers.
They're receivers.
Yes, they're receivers.
That part is fair. I think Evan Ingram, if he were a second-year player and didn't have a big contract with the exact, yes,
yeah, I agree with that.
That's not a scheme thing. That's an age, salary, and scheme may help play into it. But if you're selling me that we're better off getting Hunter Long and the other dude, then I can't.
Yeah, you sell the Wolf tickets.
Yeah, I'm not buying
on that.
Yeah.
I don't always get one right, but we got this one right, I'm pretty sure, at least so far. Can you tell me who Nick Kurtz is, Jeff?
Who?
Nick Kurtz.
Kurtz?
Mm-hmm. You know that name?
I do know the name. Maybe not. Or Kurtz. I'm just thinking Kurtz, I guess.
Do you know Hagen Smith?
No.
Do you know Chase Burns eats worms?
No.
No?
Any relation to Sam Burns?
His cousins.
Okay.
Do you know Travis Bazzana?
Oh, I know him.
Who you know?
Bazzana or Passana?
Bazzana.
Is Bazzana the draft pick, isn't he? The number 1 pick? Or,
yeah. How about Charlie Condon?
These are the guys that went. Now I know who you're talking about. These are the guys that went ahead of Caglione,
who's now with the Kansas City Royals.
We got to do something there before this is rendered. Have any of those? Who are the first two? I know the last 3.
Bazzana and Burns.
No, the other the ones that I didn't know who they were.
Nick Kurtz has been up with Oakland.
Okay, Kurtz. That's why I know.
He's a Wake Forest first baseman. Hagen Smith, but Jack Caglione should have been.
Hagen Smith, I didn't know. Kurtz, I remember the name from the draft.
Jack Caglione should have been. We were shocked that he went 6th, and I don't know where he should have went, but he's definitely and had these talk with about taking a second baseman with the first overall pick. Jack Caglione just seemed MLB ready, and he mashed in AA. He mashed even better at AAA, and I think he'll mash in the big leagues as well. He's been called up to the Kansas City Royals.
There's nothing that would indicate that he won't mash. He's hitting the ball with incredible exit velocity. He's not striking out a lot as a power hitter. He's hitting over 300.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got 5 homers.
Yeah. So there's some Cam Smith from FSU also, by the way, started the year with Houston. Isn't he Houston? I think he was. But anyway, congratulations to all of them as they make it their way towards the big leagues. So we talked earlier, they got the MLB draft coming up here in a bit around the All-Star break, and we'll have 3 local kids go in the top 50. So good stuff. All right, we'll grab a break. Freddie T's on deck. Is that correct?
On deck.
All right, so we'll catch up with Fred. Also, we got Sharks Talk as well, all coming up still on the fast-moving edition of The Drill.
Now, another classic moment in Jags history.
They're going to sack him again. Josh Allen's got him again. Back at the 42-yard line. And the career sack leader for the Jacksonville Jaguars, Josh Allen.
1010XL, home of the Jaguars.
Hey, Hickey here for my friends at Beaches Dermatology. Man, there's nobody better than Doctors Boudreaux and Doctors Metz. Dr. Fader will handle your Mohs surgery if you need to. But as we enter into the summertime and that the sunshine state is out and it's hot, man, you got to protect your skin. And they want you to protect your skin from the sun, man. They want you to wear those floppy hats or protect your ears, right? Long sleeve dry fits, perhaps. Sunscreen. If you're going golfing, you're watching your kids play, you're fishing, you're outdoors working. Protect that skin. If something should appear, here's what you do. You go to beachesdermatology.com. That's beachesdermatology.com. It's real simple. Bunch of different locations to serve you. I go to the one on Solana Road. Shout out to all the fine folks over there. Voted one of the best places to work in Jacksonville by the Jacksonville Business Journal. But anyway, regardless, they're all great. They're all fantastic. And they're beachesdermatology.com. Best way to make your appointment to find the location best to serve your needs.
Lucas Tree Service is a certified arborist and a local family-owned business with over 45 years of experience. They specialize in tree removal, trimming, and stump grinding for both residential and commercial properties. Get prepared for storm season and receive top-notch customer service from Lucas Tree Service, 904-241-3533. Online at lucastreeservice.com.
The Drill. From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
Love is in the air. Beards Diamonds. Listen up, couples. Got you a great offer. Hicken here. For a limited time, buy one, get one free on all wedding bands. That's right. When you buy his wedding band, get hers free. Buy hers, get his free. Save up to $10,000, man. Are you about to get married? Been married for years, thinking it's time for an upgrade? Don't miss the deal of the year on the ultimate symbol of love. Beards has hundreds of bands, top designers, white gold, yellow gold, rose gold, titanium, platinum, plain bands, channel set bands. You get the idea. Nobody has a bigger or better selection of wedding bands than Beards. So get to Beards now. Find the wedding band that reflects your style and your personality. Buy one, get the second one free. The big box corporate jewelry stores can't or won't do this, but Beards can. And it's happening through June 23rd. Buy one wedding band, get the second one free. Don't miss this opportunity to celebrate your eternal love with the eternal symbol. For a limited time, buy one, get one free on all wedding bands. That's right. When you buy his wedding band, get hers free. Buy hers, get his free. Shop local. Beards Diamonds at the St. John's Town Center.
Hi, folks. It's Frank Frangie. Look, when it comes to glass needs around the home, there's one name I trust, Lee & Kate's Glass. There's beautiful custom glass shower enclosures, maybe a new mirror, a glass tabletop. They can even replace your foggy or cracked glass without having to replace the whole window. Lee & Kate's is local. They're family-owned. They've been a part of our community since 1926. Boy, they've taken care of me, including our brand new offices at Walk Off Charities. They did a great job. I promise they'll do the same for you. Visit leeandkatesglass.com.
2 classic albums, 1 night of hits. Styx presents The Grand Illusion. Kevin Cronin Band presents REO Speedwagon's High Infidelity. June 2nd, Daly's Place. Brotherhood of Rock Tour. Plus Don Felder, formerly of the Eagles. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. 2 classic albums in their entirety. Styx, The Grand Illusion, REO Speedwagon's High Infidelity. Don't miss the event of the summer.
Mike Dempsey here. Look, it's been 10 years that I've been vouching for my guys at Dandy Foods, and for a decade, I'm proud of my association with a local family business. They make a great product. I've made no secret that I was a customer long before Dandy ever came on board on 1010XL. But I'm thinking I'm due a little Dandy swag, maybe a little love. How about a Dandy t-shirt, a ball cap? So how about it, Thompson family? What do you got going on over there? In the meantime, I'm going to keep eating those delicious tuna salad sandwiches. So guys, keep helping me out and grab a Dandy sandwich today.
Get the best soccer talk on the First Coast on the Coaches Show, presented by Sporting Jacks. Cole Pepper, Sporting Jacks head of soccer Mark Warburton, and Sporting Jacks women's coach Stacey Baylor discuss the beautiful game Tuesday evenings at 6 on 1010 a.m.
June is Men's Health Month. Be proactive towards your prostate, ED, low T, even kidney stones with Ackerman Urology. Offices in Mandarin, Middleburg, the Beaches, and World Golf Village. Trust the men's health experts at AckermanUrology.com.
Transmission troubles? I'm Robin Sidbury, owner of Action Transmission Specialist on Merrill Road. So come in and see how we can help solve your transmission troubles. We service all makes and models. Remember, get traction. Call Action at 744-0755.
Jacksonville, you know a good defense wins games, and a good fence protects your home. Frank Frangie here. Coil Fencing has been around the block since 1927. Literally, they've probably fenced it too. From tough chain length to sleek aluminum fences your HOA will love, Coil is the name to trust. Nearly a century strong and still standing tall. Call Coil today. You can trust them. Call 904-356-4821 or visit coiljacks.com. That's COYLE Jacks.com.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Now, another great guest on the Checkmate Coatings phone line.
Hello.
Your floor's missing piece. Now, Dan and Jeff hand it off to our halfback.
Fred Taylor, every time he touches it, he's a candidate to go the distance.
Monday morning running back with Fred Taylor is fueled by Epstein and Robbins DUI Defense Firm and Monahan Jewelers on 1010XL.
All right, catching up with Freddie T in just a minute. Welcome back to the program. This is The Drill on a Monday. Lots of sports happening over the weekend. We were just marveling at how great a golfer Scottie Scheffler is. The stats are starting to come out. Since he started winning, he's winning at the same percentage as Tiger. So since he started, now he had a lot of time where he didn't, so his overall number is not Tiger's number. But since he started winning, and he's kept this up now for a couple years. This isn't I'm here and I'm going to be gone. This is a guy who's going to win a bunch of tournaments and multiple majors.
I'll give you another marker that separates him from the others that have bursts, but not the staying power.
Mm-hmm.
Scottie Scheffler has already, Dan, 3 times been the PGA Tour Player of the Year.
Yeah.
There's only one other golfer in history that can claim that, and that's Tiger Woods. Yeah. He's done it 3 years. 3 in a row.
Yeah.
The only other one to win 3 in a row in history of PGA golf, Jack Nicklaus forward, is Tiger Woods and Scottie Scheffler. And oh, by the way, guess who's going to win 4 in a row?
Yeah.
Guess who's going to be the PGA Tour despite Rory? Who was that? Do I hear the echo of a fast start by Rory McIlroy?
Well, you know what? You got to play if you want to win.
Yeah, that's fair.
He didn't play.
He's going to snuff him out, though. He's about to win the U.S. Open in 2 weeks, and that'll be the latest.
We'll have the U.S. Open showdown coming up here, and we'll see.
Yeah.
See how it goes. Scottie Scheffler's not. I don't think he's a superstar outside of golf. Like golf people know who he is,
sure.
but he don't
have the personality.
You know what the biggest thing of with Scottie Scheffler yesterday is when y'all watched a lot of it at the end?
I go watch a good bit of it.
The little boy pooped himself. Is that
yeah, stinker,
stinky. Yeah, little poopies on it.
I don't know. I didn't see.
Mama handed him to Scottie. Scottie had big poop stains on the back of his.
Mom, what are you doing, Mom?
Yeah.
It looks like somebody I know's house.
Yeah.
You know who Scheffler is?
Who?
Federer.
Yeah,
that's who he is. Just quiet, dominant.
Yeah.
There's more fire in there. There's more fire in there than you know.
That's a good one.
There's more fire in there than you know. It's in there, but he's Federer.
Yeah.
He's going to be a quiet champion. He's Borg.
All right, we'll play the intro to Freddie T. He joins us now on the program as he does each and every Monday. Always good to catch up with Fred. I made a note last week. I needed to ask him about something. You reminded me what that was.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
No, it's good.
It's good.
Uh-oh, he says. Come on, Fred. You know better.
I saw something from your son who was taking, I guess, his cousin, Belglade, big offensive lineman, up to visit in Gainesville. So I was excited about that. So I said, hey,
Fred, if he's a difference maker, Dan and I are willing to pony up an NIL.
Yeah, let us know what we need.
What do you need? Anything you need.
Hey, the amount of money these kids
I know.
get these days, we're going to have to take out some retirement savings.
Did you see, and I don't know if this is true, I'll ask both of you this, Cooper Flagg.
Man,
$28 million to play for Duke last year.
Yes,
Really?
I saw that.
By the time everything came in.
Does that include, I hope, some marketing
It gotta be
campaigns that he was
endorsements.
eligible
Sure,
for?
yes.
That's
Yeah.
got to be most of it.
But are you kidding
Because
me?
Duke doesn't need to pay that much.
Freddie, $28 million?
Well, it's good. I mean, it paid off. They won the Oh, wait. Never mind.
That one stung a little bit.
Right. Now, I mean, Cooper Flagg he's a unicorn, man.
Yeah.
You know, he's one of those lifetime potential.
For 1 year, bro. 1 year.
Lifetime changing type players.
$28
program,
million.
they're able to divvy it up, man. They wanted him that bad. You
They
know?
said $13 million deal with New Balance, $15 million with Fanatics.
I wonder what he'll make in year. And then you say, well, why go to pros? Well, because now you're pro, that shoe deal will become even more.
Yeah.
Be $100 million.
And longer, yep.
$200 million.
I guess.
Yeah. Freddie, you ever have a shoe deal or just aside from? Did you have a single, item that you were branding?
No, no, not necessarily. I can say this: when they were trying to bring Reebok back introduce Reebok to the NFL in terms of cleats, I was able to custom design my own cleats.
Okay,
that's about as far as I got. I had like $100 million, $100,000 shoe deal. But typically the way the football shoe deals work is 90% or maybe 80% of that is merch, and the other 20% is typically cash.
Right.
But overall, you get taxed on the entire $100,000. So 80% of T-shirts and cotton that you might not even use, you're still getting taxed on. So the rule of thumb had been, get it regardless, and maybe send it off to a charity because they're still going to
tax you for it
on that money, and your agent is still going to get his 20% fee on the entire $100,000.
That's like
so,
that's like the stories they tell about the boxers back in the day. They get
the salary for the first overall pick, guys, estimated to be around $57 million over 4 years. So just start there and start adding on.
That's $14 million a year. Basically.
Yeah, and start adding on.
I think it's a huge investment also by Fanatics, right?
Right.
I mean, they want to get everybody excited as the reemergence of trading cards and the popularity is back. I think they're in trading cards. So, I mean, they pretty much planted him, in the future of what they're going to do in terms of operations. So, I mean, not a bad investment by them. Perfect timing by Cooper. I met him at Fanatics Fest last year when the Pivot had a partnership with Fanatics. So he's an amazing kid. He does have the ability to, go out there and be potentially one of the great ones if he can continue to live up to the hype. But let me just chime in really quick, guys, on that Scottie Scheffler conversation. When you guys mentioned that the golfers, you have to be into golf to kind of know who he is. He doesn't have the national notoriety, just the popularity.
Right.
Popularity. I think he's equivalent to a SGA when you talk about the NBA. You have to say SGA. I said SGA. Somebody says, is that an airport? So you have to be a basketball person.
Well, he's just coming into his own. That's super fair, especially being a smaller market. For us basketball fans, this finals has plenty of juice. There's plenty of storylines. But buddy, if you're just a casual sports fan in Indianapolis and Oklahoma City aren't going to light your fire.
No,
it won't.
You wonder if that's.
It won't, but the NFL. I said the NBA needed or possibly wanted the Knicks to make it, but at the same time, I think we're in a position where the emergence of these new superstars, these younger, potential superstars, is good. I think Tyrese Halliburton should have won Eastern Conference Finals MVP.
So did he, apparently.
Yeah, he did. But looking at the numbers, I mean, they were right there, and then I think he sort of outdid Siakam in the rebound and assist category. So I don't know. I think they kind of snubbed him on that.
He finished slow, right? He had the 8 points in Game 5. What was it, 16, 18 yesterday?
Well, he had that slow first 3 quarters, and then he started hitting those little runners. He started taking it to the lane and hitting those little drop shots, and it was we couldn't stop that. So it was. I just kept. We got to 78-71. We cut it to 7. They jumped out in the start of the second half, and I was like, oh God. And then we got it to the Knicks got it to 78-71. All right, we got a shot here, and then all of a sudden they just jumped on him again, and then we never could come back. We were trading buckets. You can't trade buckets with Indiana. The Knicks just didn't. They're a tough team to play defensively, man. And this is why I'm curious to see what OKC does with them, because OKC plays some lockdown D. They play lockdown perimeter D, and they play lockdown in the paint D. They were best in the NBA at both. And I'll see how good those guys can shoot when they have somebody on them, because we gave them way too many open looks. Woo.
Yeah, the Knicks, they did everything except play defense.
Oh, man.
And their offense, they didn't hit enough big shots.
No, we don't.
They on Bronson a ton.
Yeah.
The other guys weren't making a lot of shots. Big Cat, he's not really a big cat. He's more like a big kitten at times.
That's what I say, Fred. They need a better
You're hurting me,
Robin.
Fred. You're cutting me deep right now. You're cutting me deep. I need it to stop. I needed to stop.
I still like the we conversation. You're still saying
Oh,
we.
yeah, I always
You're
will.
not just bandwagoneer.
No. We go. I mean, I go, Walt Clyde Frazier, man. It's my hero. I mean, come on. That's 1972, for goodness sakes. That's a long time. Listen, I want to go back to the money thing because with the college kids, because the one thing I like about it, and I think we all agree there needs to be some regulation and such, but the one thing I kind of like about it, man, these colleges have been making billions in sports over the years, and finally, and the coaches never complained when they kept getting fat raises, and it went from $3 million a year to $6 million a year to $9 million a year to $12 million a year, and they didn't complain. And so I kind of like it that there's wait a minute, you're making we want our cut too, and they have now, and now it's just crazy out of control. Look, the kid from Florida who transferred from Princeton has a $6 million in place reportedly, and it's not all coming from Florida. Again, it's coming from deals. He has an international shoe deal, but it's incredible how this goes. And like I said, at some point we need some regulation, but I do kind of like the fact that the players have said, college kids have said, all right, look, we want our fair share too.
I don't have a problem with anyone earning. You go out there, you have a product. Obviously, you should be compensated. You have a certain skill set, you should be compensated. My problem is with the transfer portal. Mm-hmm. I believe that's where the issue is. Okay. You can't, commit to a situation, go there, get paid, doesn't go your way, decide to quit and go somewhere else.
Right.
These deals should be termed. If it's 1 year, yada, 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 or maybe 2 year, X, Y, or what have you, and you have to stay in place. But you can go out there. If you can earn $50 million, go for it. Good for you. Get more. But, I think it should have some sort of structure within those contracts where these guys can't just go out and run around. And now you're manipulating the merchandise. Because 1 year you're a Gator, the next year you're a Bulldog.
Right,
or,
right.
Now the small people are being offended. The mom and pop, the autographs, the memorabilia stores, who they load up on your merchandise, thinking this is the potential. They're going to make money alongside you with your fan base, and then the next year you flip and you're at Omaha State, and now they got to try to get rid of this merchandise. So. I don't mind you earning money, but I think there's something else that the NCAA could do to sort of nail down the whole, make the transfer portal better.
And I do like the fact that they're making the schools, like, in other words, when this first started, all the schools said, well, the fans got to pay, And fans are like, well, wait a minute, we ain't paying, we already pay. We pay a lot for the I mean, think about this, man. I was talking to a buddy of mine
Come
the other
around
day.
to my side. It took him a while.
A little bit. I was thinking this the other day. We used to be able to go to, like, college football games for next to nothing, man.
Yeah.
Not anymore.
$12,
Not
$17.
anymore. I mean, we got guys. Freddie, one of our buddies, diehard Tennessee Volunteer fan, and his wife is a Texas fan. So he bought season tickets for the Gators football this year because Tennessee and Texas are in the swamp, and he wanted to go to both games. And it was cheaper for him than going through the Tennessee and Texas to just buy Gators season tickets, sell the other ones out, and be able to go to those two games. Crazy. It's crazy.
Smart man. Yeah. Smart man. Yeah, I mean, also those resale sites, if you're not out there, you got the scalpers. It's tough.
Fred, do you still get, like if a Fred Taylor jersey sells tomorrow, you still get, how does that work? Or when you reach your retired part, is there a big pool that they split, or how does that work, or no?
I mean, we still get NIL. So there's royalties that we receive. These companies that sell our jerseys, they have to, negotiate with us first. For example, like the Fanatics, Mitchell & Ness. They own Mitchell & Ness. You have a royalty deal with there, but there's also a few other bigger companies that they can get your rights from, let's say, the PA. And what you have to do is go in there and say, no, I don't want you to have my rights. I want to be able to negotiate my own deal with a Fanatics or a Mitchell & Ness or even a Nike or what have you. I can't think of the name of the big company, and I don't want to even mention their name, for legal purposes.
Mm-hmm.
But what I've done was I've excluded myself from those sort of deals so I can just go and negotiate on my own, because most times when you have those deals, it's a collective. It's 100, 200, 300 former players or players. So now the negotiation is smaller. You might receive 7%.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas now I can go in there and negotiate on my own and get twice as much.
Always like learning with you, Freddie T. We appreciate you, man. What, we got any summer plans? We got a vacation coming up? What are you up to, Fred Taylor?
I just got back from Cancun yesterday.
Nice.
It was a celebrity golf event.
Oh.
And the good thing is I didn't see any of your Knicks down there because they didn't lose until...
No, they'll be there this week, Fred.
They'll be there this week. That's correct.
They didn't lose until... but I heard Cardi B when she was hanging out with Steph.
Oh, boy.
Steph.
Oh, dear.
I know, right?
They went public, Fred. I don't know if you know this.
We're going to Cancun.
All right, my man. Well, have a great week. We'll catch up with you next week. Thank you.
I'll see you guys.
Thank you, Fred.
There he goes. That's our friend Fred Taylor, former Jaguar great. Always getting some.
I'll
fun
tell you,
inside
one of the
stuff.
sharpest jerseys you can buy would be a Fred Taylor 28 with the Prowler.
Yeah.
Yes,
That's a bad
the one I
age.
want.
That's a good
Ooh,
one.
that's the one I want.
That's the one. Right.
Hey, E, did you see Cardi B and Steph went public with the twerking?
Oh,
and,
yeah, I saw the post.
Yeah, what was that all about?
How do you go public? Twerking's very public as it is. So
she put those.
you go more public?
You know when you put it on
not
Facebook?
nasty, but the cheeks were out and he's slapping it, and that means they're boyfriend girlfriend. I guess I'm not sure.
Is that the sign? Now?
She is not happy. By the way, Cardi.
Well, you got to wait 20 minutes.
Can I give some advice to Cardi B real quick?
Shoot.
She's not happy with. Is it Offset?
That's correct. That is Offset.
The father of her 3 children.
Correct. I don't know
she's-
the number of children, but yes, the father
Are
of
they
children.
soulmates though? Maybe
They're not soulmates, but she started listing all the demands financially and how he's not helping. Like, do you know each child has a driver? And I thought, hey, Mom.
separate driver?
I don't know, but even if it's one,
Yeah.
hey, Mom.
Moms don't
maybe
drive their
you
kids
drive
anymore.
them.
Yeah,
Maybe you drive them, and you'll
Maybe.
save that money.
Yeah.
You
well,
know?
it's not about they shouldn't have to save money. Cardi B's probably worth $1 billion, but maybe do some momming. You know, if you're gonna have, here's what I don't understand having kids and then acting like they're puppies for the next 18 years. Like, you have a kid, you want to have a kid because you want to be a parent. Now, unless you have one, it's a mistake. But damn, she's got 3. You got to love motherhood to have 3 kids, don't you? E?
Yeah, you would think.
Right? I mean, that's only fair to the little whippersnappers.
I mean, she's not. She's just.
Instead, I'll have a teardrop tattoo at age 60.
Oh man. Oh man.
She's spending 6 figures, and Offset's not helping. And like some of the examples, her cousin babysits the kids for $3,000 a week.
It's good work if you can get it. It's $150,000 just to. I mean, you probably got all kinds of good like fruit roll-ups.
She said
Uncrustables. She got the best of the best there, Cardi B.
Oh, the best.
Yeah, you got all kinds of good snacks. Just put them in the pool.
Blossom.
Have a sauna.
Yes, Little Blossom. Blossom's nanny runs her $500 a day.
A day?
A day. Culture School, $45,000.
Woo! Man,
Yeah.
I could do some auditing for Cardi. I could save her a lot of cash real quick.
That's what I'm saying.
They live a different lifestyle.
She's double. You know what she is? She's that commercial that's running right now where the dude walks up and says, "Can you tell me how many subscriptions you have right now?"
Yeah, oh yeah, for
That's
sure.
her. She doesn't even know. She's triple billing on some of these things.
Quote, my kids got their own driver. They pick them up from school, they drop them off, and they take them to gymnastics and boxing classes. The kids' drivers, $10,000 a month.
Man, sign me up.
Man,
Bro.
Listen, right now, idea to make money. Find out where Cardi B lives and go solicit any of her services, man.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't take anything. I'll walk your dog for $10,000 a month.
I mean, I don't understand. I mean, Offset's not helping, but Cardi, there's a lot of ways to cut costs here.
Have you guys heard of the enhanced games? Let me tell you what they are when we come back on the other side.
All right.
You're listening to The Drill live inside the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
1010XL, where even strike 2 sounds great.
Hey, it's Matt Hayes. Let's start with some cold, hard truth. Here's why Awaken 180 Weight Loss is your road to freedom. It's fast, it's easy, it's safe. You're not shooting chemicals into your body every week. You're eating real food every single day. You're not listening to an overpriced celebrity tell you about magical new food or asking you to count points or calories. You're just eating food and losing weight. It's that simple with Awaken 180 weight loss. You know what else you're doing while losing weight with Awaken 180? Eliminating pain, fitting into clothes you haven't worn in years, sleeping through the night and waking up refreshed and energized and happy. I lost 40 pounds in 9 weeks on Awaken 180, and Hacker lost more than 110 over the course of a year. It's a life-changing road to freedom. Doesn't matter what your goal weight is, Awaken 180 weight loss will get you there quickly and safely, a clear path to success without disappointment. Awaken 180. Give them a call, 844-346-1800, or go online at awaken180weightloss.com.
Hey, gang. Hicken here for my friends at Zero Res. The cleaning freaks, good time, right? We got graduation parties. I went to a couple this weekend. Summer barbecues, festivities, family gatherings. Man, we need Zero Res. Cleaning freaks will make that house look better, feel better, smell better. They darn sure will. And by the way, Zero Res, if you don't believe me, 4.9 rating on Google with over 8,000 reviews. Big summer savings for you guys. 3 rooms of carpet clean right now starting at $129. 3 rooms, carpet clean, starting at $129, and take 20% off air duct cleaning. All you got to do, visit ZeroResJacksonville.com or call them, 287-5727, and ask for the 1010XL special. It's Zero Res, man. You spell it forwards, it's Zero Res. You spell it backwards, it spells the same. Zero Res!
Hi, this is Dale Murray with Murray Automotive Group in Stark and Kingsland. Save yourself from those big city dealers and their fast-talking flim-flam tactics. No matter what your automotive need is, we've got you covered. Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and nobody beats our prices, and I mean nobody. Shazam! Plus our exclusive 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty included on every qualified vehicle. And we'll trade anything from AirPods to fishing rods. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com. Then come see me, Dale Murray. I'll be waiting for you. Shazam!
The Drill.
From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
When you're experiencing sudden, unexpected dental pain, the last thing you want to hear is that your dentist can't see you until next week. That's why I'm so glad I found Harbor Dental Care. Whenever I call, they always find a way to see me within 24 hours, and they can usually fix whatever's wrong the same day. Plus, they have locations throughout Jacksonville, so no matter what side of town I'm on, I can always count on the same great care. If you want to find a dentist who believes in treating people right, learn more at harbordental.care. That's HARBOUR dental.care.
Prosser here. Get those boats ready. The Dailies Old School Kingfish Shootout, presented by Yellowfin, is almost here. It's Saturday, June 14th. Just go to oldschoolkingfish.com to find out more. The grand prize is a Yellowfin bay boat worth $125,000, and with limited boundaries, no bait buying, and no checkout, it is seriously old school. Here's how you do it. You go online, you sign up, and you become part of what was always a terrific tournament. It's the Old School Kingfish Shootout. oldschoolkingfish.com.
Hey, Hicken here for my friend Dr. Rick Townsend. I imagine having a doctor available to you any day, any time. That's my doctor, Rick T, because he said, Dan, I'm doing concierge medicine. I said, Doc, what's concierge medicine? I never heard of that. He said, let me tell you. You know, I get a limited amount of patients, so I can practice more medicine. If you're not feeling well, you call me, come in and see me right away. Sometimes with regular doctors, you can't see them for a couple weeks, and then medical emergency, here's my personal phone number. Call me anytime, 24/7. I'll tell you what to do. It's like almost being a member of an exclusive golf club, but the cost here is much different. It'll surprise you. And you can get all that information at mypvconcierge.com. As far as doctors, I'll vouch for Rick Townsend anytime. He's the best there is. Been my doctor for decades. Navy trained, graduated from Wake Forest. Had my yearly physical with him. Office virtual visits, cancer screenings, referrals to specialists, hospital follow-ups, you name it. Doc T's got you covered. So here's what you do. If you're interested, mypvconcierge.com. mypvconcierge.com.
When you need a mechanic you can trust, call Sam, Harry, or Joe at AA Automotive on Richard Street. From oil changes to complex engine repairs, AA Automotive promises expert service and honest pricing from a local family biz. AA Automotive on Richard Street.
Summer in Jacksonville is coming in hot. Lauren Brooks here. Beat the heat with Turbo Tint. Their window tint blocks up to 99% of harmful UV rays and keeps your ride cool and comfortable. Book today at orangepark.turbotint.com.
Hey, Hicken here. Tired of glasses or contacts? Discover customized vision solutions at Bowden Eye & Associates. Dr. Bowden's team offers cutting-edge options like EVO implantable Collamer lenses or refractive lens exchange and classic LASIK, designed to fit your life. Picture perfect vision for reading, driving, or just enjoying the day. It's easier than you think. Call now for your free screening. Bowden Eye & Associates, they're keeping the First Coast focused.
He used to cover the Jags. Now he's a CBS Sports senior NFL writer.
Well, I believe he's got everybody's attention.
He's Pete Prisco. Friday afternoons on The Frangie Show. Brought to you by Showtime Sports Cards and Collectibles on 1010XL.
Have you got concrete or asphalt rubble piling up? Arcosa Crushed Concrete will pay you for it and recycle it. They're just minutes from Everbank Stadium on Talleyrand. Call Arcosa Crushed Concrete and get paid for what you don't need. ArcosaCrushedConcrete.com.
Hey, Hicken here, or just call me Dreamfinders Danny. For a limited time to ring in the new year, Dreamfinders Homes is offering an amazing 4.99% fixed interest rate. Now's your chance to lock down that rate and get in the game. You heard me right. It's 4.99 fixed interest rate on select move-in ready homes. Visit dreamfindershomes.com for sales event information and get in the game. Interest rate available on select move-in ready homes. Restrictions and limitations apply. Go to dreamfindershomes.com for more details.
What does your dream backyard look like? Hey, it's Joe C. and my friends at CSS Fireplaces and Outdoor Living can design an outdoor kitchen layout custom built to your taste and lifestyle. You dream it, they can build it. CSS Fireplaces and Outdoor Living. Visit cssoutdoor.com.
Okay, here we go with our final lightning round on Potty Talk. Top 3 answers on the board. Ready? Okay. The best way to save money when your faucets or pipes are leaking.
Roland Reese Plumbing?
Something to help you avoid clogged sewers and drains.
Roland Reese Plumbing.
The technical term for that ba-whoosh sound when a toilet flushes correctly.
Roland Reese Plumbing.
Roland Reese Plumbing is always the right answer. Roland Reese Plumbing, 260-7059.
1010XL is presented by Farrah & Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
All right, welcome back to the show. We're giving today, Pros. Well, we're not, but we are. And through the Tristan Bailey Foundation, Wednesday they're having a big night at the Jumbo Shrimp. And it's their Angel Family Night. It's a terrific event in terms of they have a lot of folks there who have lost children, which we're not supposed to do. You know,
that's right.
Circle of life.
Often in terrible,
correct,
horrific nightmares scenarios.
So what one of the things that they do is they get together because no one can imagine going through something like this unless you've gone through it. And so there's a certain community that is built,
Absolutely.
right?
Support group almost.
Yeah.
Small group.
Yeah. A small group.
Yeah. A small group.
So anyway,
which is a big group, and you're welcome to join them and
absolutely
enjoy ball while showing support and
or
getting
if you
to
just
know
want to go
some
to
of
the
these
game.
people. Get to know some of these are good people.
Very good people.
Or's a good dude. You enjoy
Great
talking
guy.
to him and hanging out with him.
Great guy. So the Tristan Bailey Foundation is hosting an Angel Family Night, and it's Wednesday down with the Jumbo Shrimp, and we have family 4-packs to give away. So we have 2 left. We'll give one away right now. 641-1010. Just be kind and courteous, and if you're going to go,
okay,
then call.
Yeah,
us.
for sure.
641-1010. Look, it's summertime. You need stuff to do with the kids.
Summertime, summertime. Country time lemonade and a ball game.
You say, hey, Junior, guess
Remember
where
that?
we're going Wednesday night?
They still have country time lemonade?
I'm sure they do.
They do.
It's still a thing.
All sugar.
I'm going to ask you a question. Anytime you ask a hypothetical question, no matter how well versed the ones coming up with the answers, in this case us, no matter how well versed we are, how smart we are, it is hypothetical. There is no exact answer you can give. I believe was it the 17th career win for Scheffler yesterday or 16, one of the two.
Okay.
16, let's say 16 career wins now for Scottie Scheffler. I'm going to ask you an honest question before you blurt out your answer. I want you to think about the answer before you give it to me.
Okay.
Scottie Scheffler has 16 career wins and 3 majors.
Mm-hmm.
If LIV had never come about, how many wins do you think Scottie Scheffler would have right now?
Oh, same.
Yes, the same.
I know. I heard that talk about the
stop
asterisk.
it, y'all.
Yeah.
Stop. Stop with he's not playing the best, or stop with he's this, that, or the other. You sound ridiculous. That's not fair. You don't sound ridiculous. It would make common sense that if these guys left, then it would be easier to win golf tournaments. It's not.
Right.
It's not any easier. The guys on the live don't move the needle. There's a couple of them that will show up and fight you in a major.
Mm-hmm.
They made a cash grab. You stop acting like the live guys open up the path to victory for Scheffler.
Yeah.
Stop it. By the way, before he went to live, I saw Cam Smith and Scottie Scheffler dueling the final round at Augusta. Checks notes. Scheffler by 4. So, first of all, this started before the live guys left. But secondly, if you think Scottie Scheffler's success right now, or you're trying to minimize it because the live guys left, you don't know what you're talking about. So that's just that's just a fact. Sure, can DeChambeau flash? Can Koepka flash? Can they have? Yes, and they have. By the way, the same people sending in these those guys have played the majors.
Yeah.
Since they went to live, Scheffler has played those guys in majors.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That was a live guy, John Rahm, who really showed his moxie down the stretch against Scheffler at the PGA, wasn't it? What live? That was DeChambeau's live moxie that got him home against Rory McIlroy of the PGA Tour, wasn't it? Oh, wait. Stop it. Stop it with live.
Yeah.
You can't take one detraction of Scottie Scheffler's accomplishments and minimize them at all. Not with these jackasses. Find a better minimizer. Come up with COVID. Find me some reason. But to think that Scottie Scheffler wouldn't have what he has if those live losers hadn't gone, come on, man.
Oh, dear.
Stop it.
Jack kind of said this something along those lines yesterday.
Did he?
Jack said, what? He says he knows those guys are not in his league, the guys who are
They're
on
not.
the leaderboard.
Yeah.
No, he's talking about the guys on the leaderboard at the PGA Tour event yesterday.
But
that's because the good players didn't have a good week.
Sure.
So, yeah.
Let me tell you who else is not in his league.
Yeah.
Joaquin Neiman, Taylor Gooch, Cam Smith, Brooks Koepka.
That's fair.
Phil Mickelson.
Yeah. Oh.
None of them are in his league. And by the way, when they left, they weren't.
Yeah. Talk about entitled. The Texas Longhorns baseball program had cleats made. This and in the bottom of the cleat in the shoe where you put your foot into it.
Okay.
Right at the heel.
Uh-huh.
On the bottom of the heel. They had their logo.
Inside the shoe, though.
Inside the shoe.
Mm-hmm.
They had their logo. It says University of Texas at Omaha. Well, you might want to scratch that at Omaha, boys, because UTSA is going, or at least going to the next round. You guys are going home. That
Texas guy, did you see him go spikes up into the throat of the Houston player? Did you see that?
No.
The same Texas player that was taunting Florida over the walk. He's a bit player.
Oh, yeah.
He went spikes into the throat of a Houston Baptist guy.
Oh, boy. Dallas Baptist or Houston?
Yeah, no, Houston, I thought.
Okay. I don't know. I didn't.
Or Houston, what? Houston
UTSA,
something. Houston Methodist, Houston something.
Okay. All right.
He's a dirty player. I'm glad to see Texas.
There were so many.
It's gotten college baseball has gotten really obnoxious.
That's what I was trying to tell you
I
earlier.
know why.
There
I disagree.
There were so many incidents, and I just saw the video of Sully dressing down, and Sully's wrong. F-bombing this guy. Look, I don't care if it was poorly run. Regional, Sully, then we got to win. We got to win enough games to host a regional, brah. We can't go 1-11 to start the SEC. So I don't know. It'd be interesting to see the reaction at Florida if there is any reaction. Sully is, been the Florida baseball coach for a long time and should remember he's a fiery guy, he's no nonsense guy. He's fine, but just he's a great coach. Great coach. I think he's like 9-0 in super regionals, but we didn't get to a super regional this year, and I just didn't think they were gonna. I didn't think they had enough, even with the injuries. I'm not blaming this all on the injuries. They had some injuries, don't get me wrong, but I am not blaming it all on the injuries.
Well, that's kind of a departure. I kind of felt like you felt like the injuries disqualified us from any chance. And
no, I thought when Luke Heyman and Shelton went down, we were cooked. I thought that was it. Too much to overcome. But our pitching was very disappointing this year. Aiden King was great. Liam Peterson was just okay. Wasn't an ace. He needs to be an ace. Coppola keeps getting hurt. So, and then when he does pitch, he can't locate the strike zone, and it just doesn't work, man. So we'll see. But there were incidents in Georgia, the way they are, and all I read about it, basically a turd team. I mean, I'm sorry, a turd team, bro. The way they act, the way they, and the chirpiness and The back and forth.
Sportsmanship is at the bottom line. There's no sportsmanship anymore. When did sportsmanship become a bad thing?
I mean, I watched.
That's what I don't understand, man.
It's not at the professional level. Maybe the college kids need to learn this.
Maybe.
But watch hockey. Watch the NBA. I hate those Pacers, but the Knicks fellas, they all shook up and dapped up, and that's what you do.
Yeah, they get it.
You congratulate. You lost.
Of all the people in the world that need to settle down, it's at top of the list is college baseball players.
For sure.
You jackasses have about as much chance of being in our collective consciousness in 2 years as a fourth grader. Stop it.
One other thing I wanted to mention before we get to the 9 o'clock nasty. Do you know who John Brenkus is?
No.
Do you remember that show?
Yeah, I do.
That show,
I do know the sports science guy.
Yeah.
You brought up something. It's terrible how they announced it on ESPN.
Okay.
Dude.
All right. I didn't know what you were going to say.
No, it's terrible how they announced it. You know what they said?
John Brenkus passed away.
According to ESPN, you ready for the diagnosis?
Yeah.
Due to a battle with depression.
Well, that means he killed himself.
You can't say that. You can't go on the TV and say a guy died of depression. You didn't die of depression?
Well.
No.
Well.
No. You either report suicides or you don't. You don't go on the air and say a dude died of depression. He died of an action that came out of depression. Perhaps. I don't know.
Well, that's what we assume.
But depression doesn't kill you.
Well, there might be some who disagree.
Again, I'm not being...
You're getting into the semantics?
Yeah, I guess. I'm not trying to be cold. This isn't cold at all.
Well,
I would think if you even had depression and you're surviving and battling it.
Mm-hmm.
But it just was weird. Maybe I'm overreacting by the way it was phrased. You can't say like I don't know. It was just I don't know. I found it off-putting. You're doing a eulogy and you're
guy's
saying
53 years old and he passed away. And when I heard him say he died from depression, I immediately said, "Well, then he committed suicide."
Which, by the way, we used to not promote, and now we've gone from that. That's again, and maybe I'm being your baseball take. I grew up in a broadcast industry where you didn't report suicides for fear that it encouraged suicides. Is that fair? Did I misread that? Isn't that why? So it's worse to me to take a suicide and dress it up as something happened to you. So it's not only reporting on a suicide, but it's casting a suicide as a non-suicide to me. So I don't know. I thought it was off-putting. All right, today's Shazam Spotlight brought to you by ShazamAuto.com. You guys heard of the enhanced games?
No.
The enhanced games are coming.
Okay.
The enhanced games are a game in which the athletes are all encouraged to use performance-enhancing drugs.
Oh, wow.
To break world records. If they break a record, they get $1 million. Take a look at this swimmer, non-juiced and juiced, getting ready for the enhanced games.
Oh, man.
There's James Magnuson, the Olympic swimmer before, and there he is now. So, but no, this is a real thing. If you see enhanced games and you think it's like a bit or shtick or a parody, it's not. Okay. The enhanced games are coming. The idea to pump as many performance-enhancing drugs into your system as you can, and then go where? PED encouraged. We're gonna have some jacked athletes, buddy. You want to talk about the potential for in-game fights?
Right.
I mean, the rage that's going to be firing there.
Oh my goodness.
Right.
Right.
All right. Let's come back for the final hour.
9
of the
o'clock
program.
nasty. E.
Nasty time.
Stay ready. Be ready.
Your front row seat to history in the making.
The Florida Gators, they are the 2025 national champions.
Your home for the most play-by-play is 1010XL.
Storms don't wait, so why should you? Protect your home and your wallet with Universal Roof and Contracting. Save 15% on roof replacements and repairs now through June 30th. And financing is available with payments as low as $115. Call 855-ROOF-HELP for your free inspection. Universal Roof and Contracting. Protecting your home, building your trust. License number CCC 057165, CBC 1258484.
UniversalRoof.com.
They were right. It could have waited. I can't believe it happened to me. Reaching to check my phone. Now my family has to hear that I'm never coming home again.
Officer?
I'm so sorry. I have some very sad news to share with you.
Every day, 9 people on Florida roadways don't make it home. I was one of the people that didn't make it home.
Ride with Do Not Disturb. Every trip, every time. Let's get everyone home safely. A message from Florida Department of Transportation, Target Zero. For more information, visit targetzerofl.com.
Hey, Jacksonville, Hicken here with a game changer. Look, I've tested the field, and I got a winner. It's Checkmate Coatings. And Checkmate Coatings, keyword there is coatings. That's my new go-to for durable, jaw-dropping floor coatings. Better play, better results. And they'll coat anything, right? They can coat your garage. Start there, man. You change your garage, it is a game changer. Like I said, it is a game changer. They will coat your patio, your pool deck, your driveway, whatever you want, they can do. And Brendan's the owner. He's an awesome guy, man. Brendan's local dude, understands floor coatings, understands the chemistry of it, can sit there and talk with you. He's got Jacksonville crews keeping prices low with no massive overhead. So here's what I tell you. Just check them out. Slam dunk your floors at checkmatecoatings.com. Checkmatecoatings.com. Checkmate Coatings. It's your floor's missing piece.
The Drill at the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
When you step into a courtroom, you're stepping into a fight. Someone wins, someone loses. I'm attorney Brett Hastings, and at Hastings Injury Law, we've got the experience you want in your corner if you or a loved one suffer a personal injury or a wrongful death. We're here to fight for you. So if you get hit, hit back with Hastings Injury Law, offices Jacksonville. Find us on the web at 904hitback.com or call our 24-hour helpline, 904-HITBACK.
Baloo here for Smunez Vision. Why Smunez Vision? Well, I've been with Dr. Neil Smunez now since I got back to Jacksonville in 2006. 37 years of experience he has. Smunez Vision is a family organization that focuses on personal high-quality medical and surgical eye care. Dr. Catherine Smunez is fellowship trained in cornea and cataract surgery and all refractive surgery. Combined, that's 30 years plus in laser eye surgery. Visit SmunezVision.com today. Here you can see.
WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Man, jack of all trades, masters of none? It just feels like at every turn nowadays, every company can do all work. Not us. Hi, Stevie Beachurst here, second-generation plumber right here in Jacksonville, Florida. We are your master plumbing company that only focuses on all your plumbing needs. So for your next plumbing job, don't call another Jack. Call Beachurst Plumbing, where plumbing is what we do, and plumbing is what we're great at. Beachurst Plumbing, here to help.
I'm Hammer and Hayes Carline, and I've been known to drop an opinion like a 2-ton hammer. Weekdays on The Frangie Show.
Hammer Time with Hayes on 1010XL. Driven by Southside Kia. Online at SouthsideKiaJacks.com.
Love is in the air. At Beards Diamonds, listen up. Couples, this is a great offer. Hicken here from my friends at Beards Diamonds. Now for a limited time. Buy one, get one free on all wedding bands. That's right. When you buy his wedding band, get hers free. Buy hers, get his free. Save up to $10,000. Woo! You about to get married or been married for years, thinking it's time for an upgrade? You can't miss the deal of the year on the ultimate symbol of love. Beards has hundreds and hundreds of bands. Top designers, white gold, yellow gold, rose gold, titanium, platinum, plain bands, channel set bands, eternity bands. Oh my goodness, nobody has a bigger or better selection of wedding bands than Beards. So get to Beards, find the wedding band that reflects your style and your personality. Buy one, get the second free. The big box corporate jewelry stores, they can't touch this, but Beards can. Through June 23rd, buy one wedding band, get the second one free. Don't miss the opportunity to celebrate. Beards Diamonds at the St. John's Town Center. Shop local.
A lot of companies will tell you they're the best. At Custom Tree Surgeons, they show you every time. Custom Tree Surgeons has built an all-pro team. Every tree service professional has years of experience, continually trained and certified. They know what, when, and how to handle any job. It gets done efficiently and quickly by a team of experts. So for tree trimming, removal, stump grinding, and emergency services, forget any name other than Custom Tree Surgeons. There is no job they can't do better. Go to website CustomTreeSurgeons.com. That's CustomTreeSurgeons.com, and let them show you how the job is supposed to get done.
Are you looking for a place to outfit your truck or van? It's Catlin Truck Accessories. For 105 years and 4 generations, Catlin is the name you can count on. This is Keith Catlin, and we know trucks and vans too, from Lear toppers, ladder racks, van shelving, strobe lighting, roll and lock bed covers, and everything in between. If you want quality products and great customer service, there's only one name. It's Catlin.
Who can you count on? Count on Catlin.
For 105 years, you can count on Catlin.
Elbow pain, whether acute or chronic, can make it difficult to do normal activities like playing sports, doing household chores, or even sleeping comfortably. Dr. George Barr here, and no one wants to deal with pain without solutions on how to feel better. We've all heard of tennis and golfer's elbow, but there's plenty more that can cause pain, like osteoarthritis, muscle tears, and nerve entrapment. All are treatable at Barr Orthopedics. Getting you back to full health is our mission, and there's a number of different treatment options we can offer. Call us today or visit barrorthopedics.com.
Here's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update, sponsored by Southern Oak Insurance. Veteran defensive lineman Eric Armstead will be moving back to defensive tackle this season, a position where he's quite comfortable.
You know, I'm used to being a starter, playing 55, 60 snaps. You know, just being out there more, I'm going to be more productive.
Florida State is just one win away from clinching the Tallahassee Regional after a dominant 10-3 victory. Miles Bailey launched a grand slam, one of 3 FSU home runs, while Jamie Arnold struck out 13 batters in what could be his final appearance at Dick Howser Stadium. Florida's season ended Sunday with an 11-4 loss to ECU, their second regional defeat. Pierce Coppola struggled early, loading the bases twice before surrendering a single and a pass ball, giving ECU a 2-0 lead. That's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update. I'm Sam Nelson.
Currently, it's 9:09 and it's 75 degrees. Your time and your temp is brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. It's time. Now, it's time for the 9 o'clock nasty on the drill.
We're wasting time.
Here are Jeff Prosser, Dan Hicken, and E.T.
Well, we have our station meteorologist, as you know, is the Ox Gator. He's always on the lookout. He keeps us well informed and safe each and every night, and I wanted to bring him in. I think he had a special weather report. You know the date, right?
Today's date, June 2nd.
And what was yesterday?
June 1st.
Which starts what?
Hurricane season.
Yeah. Okay, Gator.
I think it's all. I didn't. In fact, just yesterday, Gator, I went to Home Depot. I bought up all the toilet paper. I bought up all the water. I got some canned beans. If you're hungry, I got some Hormel chili for you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Get a generator. I'd suggest everyone get a generator.
Sure. Yeah. Don't run it in the garage. Yeah. Got to run it outside.
In the garage. Make sure it's outside. You don't. Just keep an eye on those winds.
Yeah.
They get above 15 miles an hour, then
projectiles.
Everything. Yeah, projectiles.
Yeah.
It's time to roll up the sleeves.
Okay.
We got the Chief rolling the sleeves up in the studio. We've got
the Chief was rolling up the sleeves. Did we have a tornado last week?
We had a tornado last week down in my neck of the woods. As a matter of fact, I heard. I got real excited because the Chief said that he had some video from a resident in the 20-mile neighborhood, which is where I live, and I screamed and I gave a fist pump and I said, "Shout out 20 Mile!" And my wife said I was an idiot. But it's time. It's hurricane season. The boys are going to start.
What are your favorite terms, Gator, that you can give to us about hurricane season?
Dune inundation is my favorite because it doesn't really matter. Dune inundation is a relatively new one that I think Beatonbaugh coined that one.
Okay.
And
Dune inundation. What does that mean, Gator?
It means that the water's coming into the dunes. No one lives in the dunes other than crabs, so it doesn't really matter, and that's why the dunes are there.
Okay.
But they're being inundated. It's important that people know we have inundation going on, like potentially with the next storm.
That's on my boy Beaters? You're putting that on Beaters?
Yeah, Beatonbaugh was the first one that I ever heard say that.
Okay.
I thought, where do we come up with this? I really enjoy when they send the storm tracker out to
I know you do.
A neighborhood in Lake City.
Yeah.
Where there's an oak tree down.
Yeah. Okay.
And, it's in some neighborhood which isn't affecting anyone. There's like 4 houses with no electricity.
Right.
I enjoy that. So it's a good time of the year to really hunker down and start watching the Chief.
Okay.
Get excited, roll the sleeves up. We got no more Deeks. No more Deeks.
Yeah.
He's gone, so we just got to rely on the Chief.
We got to rely on the Chief, and I know you're a big fan of the Chief. We're talking about Mike Burrish, by the way. But you will be here to protect the Guggen listeners.
Yeah,
when it warrants, though. When it warrants, you will check in and let us know.
Yeah. I'll let
what's
you
happening?
know when the chief will be screaming bloody murder and the sky is falling, and I will make sure I call in and tell you that it's not coming here. And nothing's going to happen.
Ox, you
And
know
then
what
the next day, nothing will
Let
happen.
me tell you what I'm going to do, Ox. You talked about that. You referenced this with that severe weather danger we had over the weekend where the tornado touched down there in St. Johns County. Well, it ran right by my son's house, right by where he lives. So, but the point I was going to make is he took a picture or video outside of his front door. Ox, if the news stations had got hold of that, we would have been in lockdown for a month. They had taken this video he shot on his cell phone, and my God, the world would be coming to end in 2 minutes. I mean, stuff was buckled over sideways, rain and hail were following horizontal.
Oh, boy.
And man, I'm telling you.
That's good video.
And then 2 minutes later, you know what happened?
Cleared up.
It was
Took
fine.
the dog for a walk.
Yeah,
That's what happened.
It was fine. It's definitely the way that they set it up and the way they shoot it. I always enjoy seeing the guys from the Weather Channel that are standing there screaming, "Don't come out, don't come out," and then you see people walking behind them, just walking.
I'll do this close to the next best thing as I can. I'm going to play the video for Dan. Here's the video. Dan.
Okay. This is good stuff right here. Oh, look at that wind. Oh, that's good stuff. Oh,
Chief would like to
lightning.
get that. Would the chief like it?
Chief would like that. That could be your video of the day.
There's another gust. The lightning's about to crack.
Yeah, I got some good stuff there.
World is ending, dude. This is well shot, by the way. Maybe the kid has a future. That's pretty steady there.
Tog, he can be a tog.
Down here in Nocatee, that storm was so bad that the Loop restaurant, the patio, the Loop restaurant, the roof lifted off of the patio and threw it in the parking lot. Yeah, it was bad.
Oh my goodness,
it was bad. We didn't have the storm tracker down here. I was a little disappointed. I mean, that would have been great video. The boys would have had great video, but they didn't send the storm tracker down. So,
well, Ox, I'm about to make your day.
You gonna send it to him?
Is it the 801 or the 239? Which
801.
one? Okay.
801.
Is the 239 still in existence?
No.
I need to get rid of that one. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, there you go, buddy. You needed a little quick. You needed a quick pick me up of weather, fierce weather. There you are, right there.
Thank you, Ox. We look forward to your reports throughout the summer. Thank you for keeping us safe. Yeah, there he goes. The
Do we
gamer.
really?
He's the official weatherman of the drill.
Well, I mean, we need one. You know, we need one. At one point, the FCC rules, literally, they demanded that at least twice an hour you had to mention the weather. All right, let's talk a little Sharks football.
Let's do it. They got a big game coming up this weekend.
Yeah, they do.
Big.
The Rattlers are in town. That's a familiar name for indoor football fans. The Arizona Rattlers. Look, we talked last week. They had that short week kick. Right? You had to go on the road. You had to get a nice win. Then you got to come back, and they send you to play a Thursday game after the other one. After the other team's coming off a bye. I don't like it. I call shenanigans. Didn't go the Sharks' way, but let's bring in Jason Gibson. Got a home game this week. We'll get it back on track. Hello, Coach. Good morning. How are we doing?
Hey, guys. Good morning.
We're on the Checkmate Coatings hotline. It's going well. Look, you knew there were some difficulties. Tell us how things went down though on Thursday night up there in Mass.
Well, it didn't go down in our favor.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, it's over. It's through it. You know, we're kind of decimated with injuries right now, so we're fighting through it. But as is every other team, and you know, they caught us. They were coming off a bye week healthy, and you know, we made mistakes that you can't make in those situations. And so, you know, we either beat people and we beat them like a drum, or we don't show up and we don't play very well. So I just got to find that fine line, that fine median, so it's a little more consistent.
Well, you want to peak at the right time for sure. Sounds like you're learning some stuff along the way. Coming back home this week, tell us what you can about Arizona. I do know that's it's a name synonymous with indoor football.
Well, I mean, it's the biggest game of the year for both of us. Everybody looks at the schedule, says Arizona, Jacksonville. We all know that it's going to be packed, and you know they're coming in. They want to beat us bad. Obviously, we want to beat them bad. It doesn't matter what your records are. That's a bragging rights game. That's 100%. And so, you know, they're just coming off the league championship, and they're 7-2, and it's going to be a tough game, man. I mean, we're a physical, you know, defense that smash mouth football, and they're a physical team on both sides of the ball, and it's going to be some helmets hitting Saturday night.
Well, and that, you get up for these games, and I know coaches and players and fans and media, we can all say, they all count the same, but some of them you get a little extra juice for. It sounds like you got some. So, home crowd, you hope to get a boost out of them for sure, as usual.
Yeah, we're rolling the last two games with the home crowd. I'm hoping to give them a little taste of the Shark Tank. So, obviously, 904-621-0700. I mean, they're getting crushed with tickets today already. So
yes, sir.
It's one of those games. It's one of those games where I'm sitting there. I got to tell you, we need that tank loud, and and welcome them back to Jax.
All right.
Be a lot of fun.
Go to
Look forward to it.
JackSharks.com as well. Sharks at home this weekend against Arizona. Let's get back on the winning track. Head coach Jason Gibson,
Thanks,
as he
Coach.
does every Monday on the Checkmate Coatings Hotline. I appreciate you, Coach. Good luck this weekend.
Thanks, guys.
All right.
When I get back, Degenerate Dan's got one I think maybe we want to jump in on.
Okay.
And we got to jump in on it quick. Let's ticket this thing up and long-term bet here, and we can make we can make. Is it racks?
Yeah, big racks. Yeah,
that's thousands, right?
Racks. Yeah,
rack is 1,000.
We got racks coming our way. E.
Racks and stacks.
E, are you in?
Oh, I'm in.
All right, we'll tell you about it next.
Who are you? Bruce Wayne. He's not Fat Man. He's the Fat Man who isn't overweight. Fat Tony. Fat Tony. 10 to noon weekdays on 1010XL.
Lauren Brooks here. At Hodges Mazda, they are proud of their solid reputation in the Jacksonville community. As your hometown Mazda dealer, their high customer service standards and their huge inventory of new and used cars provide their customers a consistently first-rate car buying experience. Their professional non-commissioned sales team puts your best interest first without exception. And all new vehicle purchases include the Hodges Mazda Protection Package. Visit them online at HodgesMazda.com or stop in today to learn more and discover the Hodges Mazda difference.
Guys, your lawn's the home field. Now you can champion your St. Augustine grass. TopDressing.com just hit Jacksonville with a game-changing patented process. Aerate and transform your turf into a fairway-worthy masterpiece. Less water, shorter cuts, and the envy of every neighbor. No one else delivers a perfect 10 lawn like this. Visit TopDressing.com and dominate your block with the same process that golf courses use. Top dress your lawn like the pros with TopDressing.com.
The Drill.
From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
Denny Thompson here. You got to check out Tyson's Showroom Home Theater with surround sound and comfy theater chairs. You can transform your living room into a cinematic experience. I can stay there to watch all my games. It's that comfortable. Call Tyson today and bring the theater experience home. Tyson Sound and Security, your security, home theater, and home automation experts. New showroom at 3555 U.S. Highway 17 in Fleming Island.
Are you experiencing high energy bills? Now is the time to upgrade your old inefficient windows and doors. Don't miss Renewal by Andersen's 30th anniversary sale. For a limited time, buy one, get 130% off all windows and patio doors. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com now to take advantage of this incredible offer. But hurry, this offer won't last long. Renewal by Andersen. Superior products, exceptional service. Restrictions apply. License number CG C1527613.
Hey, poker players, the Poker Atlas Tour is back at Best Bet St. Augustine from June 5th to June 15th. The Poker Atlas Tour features 7 events, including Event 1, a $300 no-limit hold'em tournament with a $100,000 guarantee, and the $600 no-limit hold'em title event with a $200,000 guaranteed prize pool. Satellites start May 17th. For more details, visit bestbetjacks.com. That's bestbetjacks.com.
Gang, it's one of life's most important decisions. If you're 18 years or older, you just got married, you just got divorced, you have children, you likely want to take care of your family. Of course you do. That's why I'm here to tell you about Matt Hinson and the Hinson Law Firm. I'm not the attorney, Matty is, but we both want to know, have you done your last will? Man, Dan, I don't know why you bring that up. That's depressing. No, it's not. Something you got to take care of, something you want to do because you work hard for your money. You want to get the money to the people that you choose. Planning also helps minimize income, gift, and estate taxes as well. Right? You want to have as much money as you can for your loved ones. Matt Hinson will listen. He'll help you with your decisions. He'll provide you info needed so you're at ease with your choice. It's the Hinson Law Firm. Real easy to get a hold of Matty. 527-1700, 904-527-1700. Office is Jacksonville, Florida. Gang, don't let the state decide your fate.
Bueller. Stay cooler with Bueller.
Hey, pal. Pretty nice weather we're having, huh?
You think this is nice?
I mean, it's sunny, warm. We do live in Florida.
It's not all upside, Jason. Warm weather comes, so all the cool people hit the beach. My old air conditioner craps out, so it's 1,000 degrees inside, and I'm stuck on a video call in my underpants trying not to sweat through my...
Wait. Put these sunglasses on.
I'm not going to put on your...
Whoa. The air conditioning experts at Bueller Air and Plumbing can keep your home office cool and comfortable all summer long. You look good in your meeting, Impress the big guy with your cool confidence. Maybe finally make assistant deputy regional manager.
Wow, air conditioning can do that?
Life moves pretty fast. If you spend all summer worried the weather is going to be too nice, you could miss it.
Stay cooler with Bueller.
Visit BuellerAir.com.
The future starts now.
Let's go!
Follow 1010XL's coverage of organized team activities. Cooked up by Hurricane Grill and Wings and Heroes Lawn Care. Keep the offseason rolling with AA Automotive and 1010XL.
David Lane here, and once again, I'm happy to share news of my successful back and knee surgeries at Southeast Orthopedic Specialist. Whatever it is that's bothering you, take it from me. Simply set an appointment today at Southeast Orthopedic Specialist and let them help you get back to normal life. I'm certainly glad I did.
Relieve pain and get back to life. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Hi, I'm Mac with Baker Glass. If you've got fogged up windows, let me help. We'll replace them with clear, insulated units that brighten up your home. People say we're fast, friendly, and reliable. Just check out our Google reviews. Call me today. Baker Glass. No one treats you better.
This is Hayes Carlion for First Florida Credit Union. I bank with First Florida Credit Union because I trust them. I can always count on them when it comes to the vast services they provide. The online banking services are outstanding. So easy to use, depositing checks through the mobile app is fast and efficient. I also go to the branch off 210 in St. Johns County and the Durbin location, but they have 10 branches in the Jacksonville area. You need to be banking with First Florida Credit Union. They're enriching people every day. Federally insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Opportunity Lender.
Want your son or daughter to enjoy sports year-round? Then log on to i9sports.com with summer and fall registration open right now, including girls volleyball at Duval Charter Bay Meadows, plus plenty of other spots and sports on the First Coast. i9sports.com. Enter 1010 for a discount.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
All right, a couple things.
Okay,
we got one more 4-pack of tickets for Angel Night over at the baseball grounds. 641-1010, 4-pack Wednesday night. Wednesday night only if you want to go. We got a 4-pack of tickets. All right?
Okay.
Call right now. E will take your call, get your email, and then they'll send you the tickets. So that's all you got to do. So that's up for grabs. Secondly, I think we got something here.
What do you mean? Your Degenerate Dan is ready to strike.
Dan
now, I got to be careful to get my seal of approval. I'm on some kind of hot streak. I've been dropping one about every 6 weeks.
I'm not saying this is a lock.
Yeah,
I'm throwing this out there. Should we do this?
All right. Well, I've been giving guaranteed locks. But
this is not a lock.
All right. This is a different conversation.
This might be a good investment.
Okay. All right. What do we got?
All right. I'm looking at risk win here.
Okay.
Jack Caglione, AL Rookie of the Year.
Okay.
He's coming in late, but
he'd have to be the key word there is
plus 5,000 right now. We bet $500. We're making 25 racks. E.
I like that.
525. Yeah, 25,000.
Do we each throw in?
Who is the now? What you're gonna have to tell me? Do the Yankees have a rookie? Don't they?
Yeah, Dominguez.
Yeah.
I don't think the kid in Oakland is qualified as a rookie, is he? Because he was hitting 350. That would be a little shaky.
Yeah, listen. I'm not opposed to it because if he's the man,
well,
he'll come in and hit 20 homers.
You said
okay.
He looks like he can hit at any level.
Well, that's why they're calling him up. That's what it looks like.
My man comes in and starts cranking bombs.
Yeah, I'm saying that because of his exit velocity. He's not striking out like they were afraid he would.
What's that guy's name in Oakland? Wilson?
Yeah, the guy that came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Not the guy from last year. Not the guy that we wanted in the trade deadline.
Let me put it this way. This is something we got to.
Rooker, the other one? What's his name?
Yeah, Brent Rooker.
Yeah.
He's
yeah. I need to know who the top rookies are.
I think his rookie status is intact.
What's he doing?
Well, remember, he was the guy who never walks, but he was tearing it up.
Yeah, Caglione has an advantage. He has an advantage to win the Rookie of the Year, a big advantage. He's got a lot more juice. He's got a lot more.
All right, I'm jumping on this right away.
I need to know who the rookies are. Can you
the
click
guy
the tab that'll
it's
put
another
rookies?
A's rookie, Jacob Wilson, that is currently the runaway favorite to win the AL Rookie of the Year. Wilson, through 57 games played is hitting 357.
Dang.
Third in all of baseball behind Judge and Freeman.
Yeah, I can't.
Struck out just 14 times.
Yeah, that's your rookie of the year. He's too much of a head start. Can Cags be a rookie next year?
No.
It's too many
Not if he
games.
plays all.
Is it 100 games? What is the number?
Oh, I don't know. But it's definitely.
I don't know, dude. I had guys that were rookies 2 years in a row. That guy I had to go for one of those pitches we had.
No.
Yeah. Yeah, you can play more than you think. I'm not saying that he won't be next year, but yeah, you can. I would say no. He's not catching a rookie hitting 357.
If he hits somewhere around 280 with 20-plus home runs and help the Royals play games in October.
Yeah, but are the A's still winning?
No.
Are they below 500 now? Are they behind Kansas City? Well, they're in different divisions. So
yeah, the A's are in last, 23 and 37.
So that hot start went bye-bye. That's too bad.
So we just need this guy. I mean, that's our only competition,
okay.
bro.
Is it? Give me someone else.
Dominguez.
What does he do?
He's pretty good.
I mean, what are his numbers?
We're making things happen here, folks.
Well, I think it's worth the fly. I don't know if you want to put 500 bones on there. I mean, you could put daggum $50 and win 2,500. I'd be fine with that.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Yeah, 50 for 2,500 sounds like better.
If we all put in 50, that's 150 to win.
You're going to get
7,500.
You're going to get the same amount back, my man.
No, it isn't.
Yes, it is.
No, it isn't.
If we all put it in and then split it three ways.
It's like when your gas tank gets half full, you just go drop in 20 instead of 80.
No. If we all put 3 times this amount and then
Jason
we take
Dominguez is hitting 247, 625.
Yeah, no, he's done. Yeah. Now you got to run down the and there's also this. By the way, there's also another fact. Cag's got to do it.
Got to do it.
But you'll never. I think the odds will get worse. This is probably the best odds you'll be able to get, plus 5,000.
Oh yeah, it's only going to get
plus 5,000. I mean, you bet $100.
Jacob Wilson has 7 and 32 ribs, 357.
Yeah, and Cagliano's going to have the power.
900.
Cagliano's going to have the power.
Cagliano's going to hit some moonshots.
And there's a lot of Major League fans don't know who Jack Cagliano is. They don't watch college baseball.
They're about to.
That's how. By the way, most of baseball fandom still works that way. And I know they put the college baseball on TV now, and you can watch the World Series and the playoffs. But for the most part, baseball fans watch Major League Baseball.
Yeah.
So the point being, Cags will catch your eye now. A big old dude. He looks like Ohtani. I mean, he's built like Shohei, right?
Yeah.
He's built rules. By the way, he went from a
you in or not
2-sport pitcher. If you're in, just do it. We don't need to combine.
Right.
We all get the same.
You don't listen to him. You got to stay with me on this one.
I love my guy.
Stay with me.
This is the time where instead of the rollback, we were all going to get $200,000 or something.
Oh, damn right.
Remember,
make some money. All right, let's do this. We'll grab our last break. We'll make the turn for home when we come back.
All right.
Want to do that?
Oxa likes the video. See, I've made him happy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Drill.
From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
And now, the starting lineup.
The Drill. Mornings. Jaguars today, 10 to noon. Helmets and heels. Noon to 2. XL Primetime. 2 to 4. The Frangie Show. 4 to 6. Into the night with Rick Ballou and Hacker. After dark. Evenings on 1010 XL.
Hey, Jacksonville, it's Dan Hicken with a game changer. I've tested the field, and Checkmate Coatings is my new go-to for durable, jaw-dropping floor coatings. Better play, better results.
I'm Brendan from Checkmate Coatings. Our precision coatings make your floors the MVP of any space.
Slam dunk your floors at checkmatecoatings.com. Checkmate Coatings, your floor's missing piece.
Checkmate Coatings, your floor's missing piece.
And welcome back to another episode of Potty Talk with our current champion. So what's your secret to your perfect plumbing proficiency?
It's simple, really. Roland Reach Plumbing is always the right answer.
Roland Reach Plumbing, 260-7059.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, your favorite drafts are poured at a frosty 29 degrees, and rare barrel-aged whiskeys are served just the way you want them. It's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch every day from lunch to late night? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Hit a home run for happy hour and ask your Twin Peaks girl about local specials on drafts, cocktails, shots, and more.
Hey folks, Frank Frangie here reminding you the 4th annual Dailies Walk-Off Charities Golf Classic is right around the corner. We sure appreciate our friends at Dailies, always making it possible, and appreciate so many of you who have played over the years. Well, this year, we're back at Deer Creek Country Club Monday, June 9th at 9 a.m. with tons of prizes, auction items, and an awful lot of fun. You'll even meet some of our young walk-off players. Just go to walkoffcharities.com for more information. Can't wait to see you on June 9th at the Dailies Walk-Off Charities Golf Classic.
As a law enforcement officer, safe roads are one of my top priorities, ensuring everyone can get home safely each day. Some never will, due to aggressive driving, being distracted, or speeding on the roads. And too often, that results in the toughest part of my job and the longest walk in my life. I'm so sorry. I have some very sad news to share with you.
9 people will be killed on our Florida roadways today. Don't let it be you or a person you love. Buckle up every trip, every time. Let's get everyone home safely. A message from Florida Department of Transportation, Target Zero. For more information, visit targetzerofl.com.
This Day in Sports History is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
On June 2nd, 1987, the kid, Ken Griffey Jr., was selected first overall by the Seattle Mariners.
Making his Mariner debut, Ken Griffey Jr. at the age of 19.
Hey, when it comes to insurance, I think we all think kind of the same way, right? We pay a lot of money monthly. Something happens, we need you need to be there. That's why Craig and Chris Kaprosky from Goosehead Insurance think exactly the same way. And it's 2 words. It's customer service, man. It's so important to them, and therefore it's important to us. We know that. Something happens, something, that we need taken care of, they get answers that day. They don't answer the phone, they call you right back. Customer service. They don't take it lightly, man. And whether it's homeowners, auto, flood, boat, small business, Kaprosky's will be there for your time of need. I speak from experience. They've helped me, my family. They've helped my son, my daughter. Get an insurance checkup today. Easy to get a hold of. Craig.Kaprosky at goosehead.com. Craig.Kaprosky, Koproski at goosehead.com, or call 478-8422. Craig and Chris Kaprosky, part of the Goosehead Insurance family, part of our family as well.
Brian and Angela Wall here with Window World. You've heard us talk about it. Window World, the #1 window replacement company in the USA, selling over 1 million windows each year for the past 8 years.
That's a lot of satisfied customers, and why J.D. Powers has awarded Window World Best in Customer Satisfaction 3 out of 4 years.
Window World stands behind their slogan, simply the best for less. With Window World, you get top quality windows at a price that leaves more of your money in your bank account, and you get the absolute best guarantee there is in the window replacement industry. When compared to our competition, there is none. See for yourself. Call the competition. Get quotes from them. But before you buy, get Window World's free estimate and compare the quality of the windows and the price.
You'll see.
And when your new Window World windows are installed and they're saving you money on your energy bills, if anything goes wrong with those windows, Window World and I will be there to make it right. That's my guarantee.
Call Window World today. Start saving money on your new windows and your energy bills, and take vacation with your savings. Window World, online at windowworldneflorida.com.
Window World, simply the best for less. Thank you for your business.
Window World also offers energy-efficient doors and siding.
Hi, I'm Sean Monahan from Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach. Since 1977, we've been Jacksonville's local family jeweler with a beautiful selection of fine jewelry and certified diamonds. But we're also Jacksonville's leading buyer of gold, silver, and diamonds from the public. Gold's recently hit an all-time high at over $3,000 per ounce. Pay bills, buy something fun. Now is the time to sell your gold for cash and get top dollar, or trade it in for a new piece and get even more at Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach.
Frank Frangie here for Stanley Pools. If you're dreaming of putting in a pool this year, choosing the right company is the most important decision you'll make. I've trusted Stanley Pools to build my pool, renovate my pool, and maintain my pool. Stanley Pools has been the best in the business since 1988, and they're still family-owned. Call them today at 904-269-7277 or find them online at stanleypoolsfl.com. That's Stanley Pools, a family tradition of fine swimming pools.
Okay, for this Cannons of Jacksonville commercial, we need an idea to really come out with a bang.
Like having a guy shot out of a cannon.
Nah, too messy. In fact, Cannons is known for all your towing needs.
So like my car won't start.
No. Towing products. Cannons does custom welding fabrication and installation of trailer hitches, goosenecks, tow bars, truck racks.
So you might say Cannons is my best shot at finding that inventory in stock?
Boom. You said it.
Visit cannonsofjacks.com.
You've got a lot on your plate. The last thing you need is car trouble. At Maxie's Mechanics, we help you keep your cars, trucks, and SUVs running safely. Visit MaxieAutoRepair.com today for honest service, reliable repairs, and peace of mind for you and your family.
10XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Now, the cool down from the cool guys at Donovan Air Electric and Plumbing. Fast, reliable, and honest service since 87.
I know. Yeah, back when we could.
Yeah, can't do it anymore, but
yeah,
it's always good.
What are we cooling down with?
I'm cooling down off my
You're going on a baseball trip.
NBA loss. Feel bad about it. So
basketball season's over.
I'm not going to watch probably a minute. That's not true. I'll flip it on, but I won't watch much of the NBA Finals at all, except only to root for OKC. Well, that's the kind of fan I am.
Going out of, I'll catch game 1 Thursday, and that might do it because we're not to go to vacation mode, the two of us. So
we'll see in July.
All right, I'm going to cool down with a question I have for you. You can kill the music.
Kill the music.
I mean, this is serious. And
kill the music.
It's important.
Okay.
But I came across this.
Okay.
It's a pretty simple way to identify. Are you a psychopath? So this really is not intended for you two. Like, if it proves through this little test, which I find to be exceptionally reasonably accurate as a standard, I expect you two to fail this "Are you a psychopath?" test. So it doesn't matter. But there are many people driving around right now that it's important for you to find out what your answer was and what that might indicate. So it goes like this. You ready?
Should we throw this competition to make sure
There's
we're not
no throwing it. I think if you're not a psychopath, as I wasn't, believe it or not, the answer that indicates you're a psychopath will never enter your brain.
Okay.
Like it won't even, but yet when they tell you that that's an answer, you could, well, I guess I could see how that would be an answer if you were a psychopath. You ready? There was a single mother attending her son's funeral. She's been looking for a new husband since hers passed away years before. She meets a guy at the funeral and they hit it off. After the funeral, she never saw that man again. 2 weeks later, she murdered her daughter. Can you tell me why she killed her daughter?
All right, read it one more time.
Okay. There was a single mother attending her son's funeral. This is, are you a psychopath?
Okay.
There's one answer that if you give indicates you're a psychopath.
Single mom.
There was a single mom attending her son's funeral. She's been looking for a new husband. Hers had passed away years before. She's lonely. She meets a guy at the funeral and they hit it off. But after the funeral, she never saw him again. 2 weeks later, she murders her daughter. Can you tell me why?
Who says she murdered her daughter?
She murdered her own daughter 2 weeks later. Can you tell me why she murdered her daughter?
No.
Good. E, can you tell me why she murdered her daughter?
I'm trying to come up with things here. I don't know.
Oh, it's good. It didn't pop right in. You're not a psychopath. No. Those of you driving in your car right now, there are a percentage of you that have a reason in your mind why she went and murdered that guy. It seemed totally normal to you. It seems like, well, I can tell you why. Because blank. You ready?
Ready.
If this was your answer, if you search for an answer, because I searched for an answer like you two, I couldn't come up with this as a reason.
All right.
But those that are psychopaths know, well, she killed him so the guy would come to the funeral and she'd see him again.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
That's
that
right?
was it?
That's a psychopath. Yeah, that's a psychopath. If you can fancy that as the reason why she did it. But the mom killed the daughter so she could see the guy again at the funeral because she's lost sight of him.
Gotcha.
There you go. Are you a psychopath? Any of you out there drive around and say, well, to see the guy again. That's why she did it.
Oh, dear.
Be careful. Be careful around them folks.
Don't make those rash decisions.
Sure. See, I got a few on the text line. Yep, I got it.
Yeah. Oh, dear. Oh,
now,
no.
you people, that doesn't surprise me at all that you all got it real quick.
I was thinking, like, how they related.
I know, of course, because you're not a psychopath. Okay. Psychopaths thinking, what's the result? What am I getting out of it?
Yeah, I'm not a psychopath.
Congratulations.
I'm not.
Yeah. Somebody said on the text line, the fact you had to hear the question again, that means you pass.
Yeah.
Right.
E, do you have some music for some New York City headlines, perhaps?
Oh, I do.
Brought to you by our good friend, Dr. Rick Townsend, mypvconcierge.com for all your concierge needs. He will be there to help you find out all your information.
There's a lot of people.
At mypvconcierge.com. A lot got it. They got it. They figured it out.
To try and meet the guy again doesn't seem normal, but it was obvious. 100% psychopath. I'm concerned.
Oh, no.
Mr. 10, I had the answer.
Of course he did.
So literally, some people think, well, she killed the daughter so she could see the guy again. I never thought of that. I'm not a psychopath.
I didn't think of that. Actual headlines from New York City periodicals. Operation Spiderweb, the ingenious way Ukraine pulled off its stunning Pearl Harbor attack against Russia.
Here. One was enough.
Diddy rape accuser's nightmare testimony pushes into third day of bombshell sex trafficking trial.
They were saying, I don't follow this. It's just too untoward for me. But they were saying Friday's sessions really kind of brought some A-list names to the forefront. E, have you been following?
I ain't even been
supposed to be our
following.
Diddy correspondent. You've dropped the ball.
I don't really Diddy with
All
Diddy.
right, good. There you go.
Trans athlete has blunt response for critics after dominating high school girls state championship for second straight.
If you're a boy and you're winning by dominating the girls, good luck in life, pal. I mean, I don't want us to tell you. The fact that we allow this in this country is so mind-numbing and mind-bending that I can't even process how it ever the first time happened. It's amazing to me, but yeah, you enjoy your deal, buddy. Now, when you're done, go play on the LPGA and win a women's tennis tournament while you're at it.
Caught in the middle, Hugh Jackman's flame. Sutton Foster breaks cover at glitzy event after his estranged wife's brutal jab.
It's like, Ollie in free, mistresses, come on out. Is that what happened? What, do you have her hidden in like room 12 or something?
Peak terror, Italy's Mount Etna erupts in smoky display, sending panicked tourists running for safety.
Yeah, that's... Although when you go as a sightseeing venture to see an active volcano, that's kind of one of the things that goes along with it, I reckon.
Girlfriend of Pacers star trolls Knicks after playoff ouster.
I'd have to know who the star is, who the girlfriend is, and what the troll was.
Wedded bliss, NBA's first openly gay player gets married to longtime partner.
Oh, good for them. These kids have a good time with that. Who is this star? This is where they throw you a name you've
I think
never
it's that
heard
Collins guy.
of. Oh, Jason Collins.
Is that
Okay.
it?
Yeah. Well, that's old news.
Yeah. $218 million star pitcher exits game with right elbow discomfort, major injuries scare.
That's Corbin Burns. We learned that earlier of the Arizona Diamondbacks. Got a big free agent deal in the offseason, and oops.
Country star's sixth husband dead at 72 after cancer battle. 6.0.
Yeah, if you got 6.0, I start to look at a Black Widow effect here. I don't know
Full disclosure, Cardi B makes Stefon Diggs' romance Instagram official amid messy divorce from rapper Offset.
Messy.
We kind of knew that they were together, no we?
Yeah.
Diggs and Cardi?
Yeah, we kind of knew
You're a big
that.
Cardi B fan, aren't you?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Miracle Mission teen trap trying to rescue cherished dogs that fell down a California well, saved by elite team.
The dogs, no one knows. They started the whole thing.
334-pound man sues Disney World over injuries sustained on water slide that allegedly did not support his weight.
Well, Disney got confused. They put 4 kids on top of him and sent him down the flume.
This is 60. Bikini-clad Brooke Shields celebrates milestone birthday on beach vacation.
Man, Mrs. B had me watch that 80 for Brady movie.
Uh-huh.
Seen that one?
Yeah.
That Jane Fonda at 85. Are you kidding me? How much makeup they must have put on that woman for that?
It just got $9 million cheaper for Belly to blow off UNC football.
Yeah, I saw the buyout went from $10 million to $1 million.
Three's Company, Ben Affleck, third wheel's dinner date with BFF Matt Damon and his wife.
Well, that's just dudes going out there. I got no problem with that.
Yeah, I don't do it.
Controversial ad for a beef fat sunscreen has people shaking their heads. Quote, for skin as healthy as a McDonald's fry.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah. There's so much going out there, misinformation, AI, and otherwise. We're doomed, man. And people are getting dumber. They're not getting any smarter. This reliance on computer and the phone to tell you everything you need to know and not committing anything to your brain. It's just not going to end well. We're going to go full on idiocracy. I mean, the corner streets of Jacksonville in 40 years are going to have baiting stations, ET. That's where we're headed.
Jaw-dropping, swimmer reveals how he conquered grueling, frigid 12-day mission on Jaws anniversary to prove sharks are not monsters, comma, he never made it.
Yeah, of course he didn't. This is trapped in a grizzly maze.
He did not say he never made it.
Yeah, I got news for a dude. You swim with sharks, you're going to get eaten.
Yeah,
that's just right. That's just how. Just the same as dogs are great, nice creatures, but you come across 1,000, you're gonna come across the wrong one.
Oh, here we go. This is something you and I should look at. Father's Day, but make it luxury. 42 over-the-top gifts for him.
Well, you need this to send it right off to the kids.
Here's the headline: Forget the tie. Surprise dad with one of the best men's luxury gifts for Father's Day.
Yeah, this is right up your alley.
This is time out, ladies.
This
and
has
gentlemen.
caught your eye.
Hold on.
Crazy. We do have one thing. I tell you what. I now will close up with.
Mm-hmm.
What do we call it? Cooling down?
Cooling down.
I cooled down with the question, but now that the answers have come, I'm really cooling down. We have a higher than normal percentage of psychopaths in our audience. As
They
our,
got them all?
Yeah.
I don't want a Hydro Pro rower. No. Snake Farms River Classic Surf and Turf. No.
By the way, the answer you should have come up with, apparently, is she killed her daughter because she found the daughter murdered the son. The daughter killed the son. That's a reasonable explanation. But to do it to get back with the guy who might come to the funeral, that's the psychopath answer, and too many of you out there had that. I'm sorry. Continue, Dan.
I'm just looking here through some gifts that a stylish pair of Lululemon pants, E. You would like those.
Lululemon.
Lululemon?
Yeah.
Lululemon.
Oh, I know that's expensive.
Yeah.
What about
a Leatherology Kessler large duffel?
What about
good-looking duffel?
What about 2 weeks ago we were sitting around, something came up, and Mrs. P didn't know what Lululemon is. How good a life have you lived? How awesome a marriage do you have? If you've been married 30 years and your wife doesn't know what Lululemon is.
That's a
you know how much
win.
money I must have saved through the years?
Oh, that's a win.
That is such a win. My daughter couldn't believe it.
Oh, right past Lululemon in the town center every time. I don't want to look in that. No, let's go.
Ugg men's scuff slipper.
Florida man jumps into pond to fight alligator, never seen again. I mean, it just never ends.
There's only one thing to do.
Yes.
Play us out of here.
Stop the
The 2-minute drill. Serviced by Cool Cats Heating and Cooling. Locally owned and operated. We're your neighbors. CoolCatsJacks.com.
Coolest cats in town.
Yeah.
Hello, Michael.
Good morning.
What's going on?
Well,
got OTAs again. We're back on the field.
I was out there.
This
Very exciting.
Okay.
Very exciting for the warm-up portion. Some little special teams.
Okay, that's good.
Yep. So definitely back on the field today.
Come to balance. Come to balance.
Full speed to balance.
Open the gate.
Got to come to balance, man. So me personally, I'm just happy they didn't change the code here at the building. So apparently I'm still employed after a week
good
off.
News.
Okay.
So
Good news.
I'm good with that.
Well, there you go.
That's always good.
I didn't know that was up in the air. So I'm
You
happy
never
for
know.
Well,
I mean, I
haven't heard anything. If you're
put
wondering,
it this way, I wouldn't know if it was up in the air either. You know? Like it was in the night.
Usually you get that news on a Friday. Monday they want you to work this.
I haven't heard anything.
True.
So I think you're good. I haven't heard anything.
I'm good for now.
Yeah.
So.
What do you got cooking today?
Today, we're going to talk about the 4 guys who have 1 year left on their deals under different circumstances.
Okay.
Like De'Ami Brown got signed to a 1 year deal.
Yeah.
They didn't pick up a 5th year option on Devin Lloyd. And what you expect out of those guys that are playing for their next contract, whether it's here or anywhere else. And McManus is out of practice. He's going to join us. Probably hear a little bit from Liam Cohen before we get out of here today because he'll wrap up around 11 o'clock. And just why? I think it may be Prosser to blame.
What I do,
Jeff? Well,
why not?
Apparently, I follow along with what happens when I'm gone, and I guess you were saying, and I'll let you correct me if I'm wrong. Something to the effect of if the Jags are a 6-win team, it's probably Trevor Lawrence that's the issue. Is that fair?
Yeah, I think that's
right.
fair.
Okay, and so somebody asked
something along those lines.
Somebody asked me a question, probably following up on that. Like if they go 6-11, and he goes, well, I am a big Trevor supporter. I believe in him, but if he is the problem, right, exactly. I guess my point is like, why are we worried about what we're going to do post Trevor Lawrence before we even know? If
I was doing it in response to the Trevor Lawrence conversation.
I understand. I'm just saying that's I've been getting those kind of questions. About
I fully, at the end of the year that there's no part of me that thinks we're not going to win because of the quarterback.
I agree.
Yeah.
And first we got to win, and then we can worry about winning to the level
that
that's
doesn't mean
acceptable.
any given week
Sure,
you're not going to lose because of the quarterback. Right.
Just like any given week, all they do. And he's not in – I'm not going to throw big names that he doesn't deserve to be mentioned with. I'm just going to stand firm on us not winning ain't going to be because of that position. That position is in the best shape it's been in this miserable football city than it's been in 25 years. That's the fact. So
fair enough.
It speaks to what the standard has been, too.
I will.
All right, that'll do it to it. We'll see you tomorrow. Jaguars Today coming up next.
Hello, friends. This is Jim Nance of CBS.